Hello everyone, and welcome back to D&D with WhatTeamComp. I'm your host, the Uncommon Guru, here once again with the silly zaniness that is my friend group. I'm here with Darian Stryker, aka Paris. I'm here with Kendall the Elemental, aka Kendall. I'm here with Purple Moss, aka Moss.
Hello. Forgot the name, huh?
My brain fell out of my ears. I'm still doing it. Hold on. And Zark Warts, a.k.a. Zark. Each of them, respectively, are playing Serenity, the Azmar Barbarian, Artemis, the half-elf artificer wizard, Fidget, the human fighter, and Aurelius, the human paladin. And where we last left off, you all were in the need of some fucking TLC, and then finding that you needed even more TLC.
At least we ended the session, most of us going to sleep.
Yes, Fidget still did not go to sleep, because Fidget wanted to read their book.
Yes.
And everyone else all basically blanket forted in Artemis's blanket fort that she had set up with Ulver. It is a very nice blanket fort. Good support system. Lots of pillows. So many pillows. How did you get this many pillows?
You may have taken a few things from a few other rooms. It's fine.
It's fine.
These things happen.
Before we go too far,
yes.
Kendall, you know how you did healing for Fidget last session? You get to roll an extra D8 due to my bracers.
Yes.
I do?
Yes.
Their bracers give extra healing.
So you get to do more than you did.
I don't know why, but the way Kendall said I do just sounded so innocently cute. That was adorable, Kendall. I'm sorry.
They weren't expecting the first roll to be a D8.
I get more things.
Yeah, more things.
I just want to pick you up and hug you.
They're ferocious and terrifying, like
yeah,
every other person I know in my life.
There we go.
Small and cute.
So I get another 8 points. 6. I can read. Okay.
I'm so ferocious that if you raise your voice at me at all, I will cry.
No.
So much power.
Dangerous.
Okay, so I'm doing better than I was. Okay, we're good. Now we can continue.
Yes. So you're reading your book, and you kind of like you've gone through it maybe more than once at this point because you're just staying up.
Mm-hmm.
And as you can kind of see the cresting of sunlight of dawn beginning to peek over, you kind of take a slow breath and just kind of try and resettle yourself in, and you just kind of go, okay, I got it, okay. All right, blinking out the sleepies and whatnot. You're like, okay. The rest of them should be fine. Serenity and Artemis are cuddled. Artemis is like constantly snuggling deeper into Serenity. Might be the fever.
And the minute she snuggles too close, she immediately starts recoiling because it's hot, and then snuggles back in.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's exactly what I saw.
It's like
that's
too
exactly
hot,
what I saw.
warmer, too hot.
That's exactly what I saw.
Warmer, too hot.
Too hot.
Warm.
Oh no, it's
It's
cold.
a dance.
Too
It's now a
hot.
dance.
Oh, no, it's cold.
It's a dance in the vet. It's just a scoot, scoot, scoot. Wait, scoot, scoot, scoot. Wait.
Yeah.
Eventually, Serenity's
It's
gonna
a
take like.
dance.
Eventually, Serenity's gonna take like an ice pack, wrap it in a fucking rag, and just put it between their heads.
She did have
That's
a
gonna
wet
wake
cloth.
her up.
Yeah, you did have a wet
damn it.
cloth for a little bit, but it was removed by Beth before she left in the evening. She went to her own room to take care of her own affairs. As you're looking over, you're like, oh, Aurelius is still asleep. He looks like he's like propped up by a few pillows and stuff. And wait, wasn't he sleeping on Ulver? Where's Ulver? You look around slowly, and you're like, when did he leave? And then you hear a little, ladies and gentlemen, breakfast will be served shortly, as you hear Ulver's voice from the other side of the door.
Ulver, how did you do that?
kind of
You were here, now you're not.
clicks open the door, peeks his head in, sees you, squeaks.
Shirley's got like one eye half open. Magic. And she just closes the eye again.
Magic! I will have you know I am very skilled.
He took advantage of me getting to my favorite part in the book. That's what you did, didn't it? Didn't you?
Maybe. You did read through it a few times.
Hey, it's good.
Animus is going to snore loudly and kind of shove off something else that was on her front.
Sounds
And you'll
good.
see a notebook kind of fall onto the floor.
She woke up a few times and you saw her scribbling stuff down.
More notes, darling.
She's asleep.
She is dead to the world.
She is. Oh, that's the notebook. She dropped it while you guys were trying to get it back in the room yesterday. According to Aurelius, it's just notes on things. I can't read it, so.
She'll pick it up and just kind of like look through it because she's curious as to what she wrote.
You look through it. A few of it looks to be like random scribbles with bits of like what looks to be like strings that go to one place and then sparkles across it like they were drawing stars and the like. That looks to be like little like people or buildings, possibly magic, or at least the visualization of it.
Let me find the descriptions again.
Also, while you're looking
you
for
got
that,
rated.
yeah.
You got rated.
Thank you, Took, for rating with 11 people. Hello, people.
Wait, yo,
Took rated us.
Yeah.
Took rated us.
What the fuck?
Took. Thank you, my dude.
Took, how fucking dare you do this to me?
Let the raid of smushy blobs compense.
Commence.
It's a
The
serenityism.
compensium.
The compensium of
It's my favorite book.
So you were saying, Comp, before
Hurry before she dies.
I'm gonna mute while I cough.
It is very quick. Like, it's still Artemis doing this, and so she does have like a degree of like, you can tell details of some stuff where it looks to be an attempt to draw the quickest outline of the city in a like very thin threads over the city, and then the picture of the brazier, which seems to be like wisping off threads off of it. There is a very rough sketch of your face with the little sparkles around your head. A picture of Aurelius, also with some sparkles around him, as well as some ones that look like they were like harder pushed in during the night. It's that one, the image of Aurelius, is a little bit rougher, not quite as striking to his imagery, partly due to the fact that she was drawing this probably during the night. As you're looking through it, a few other papers fall out, and as you look at one of them, you do see your name on one of the papers.
She's looking at it, obviously.
You look at it, you see Serenity, and you see the Serenity, question mark, question mark, question mark, beautiful, question mark, exclamation point, horrifying, lovely, Evictus dump, horror dump, limp dick demon, pouring from empty cup, needs refilling, overwhelmingly broken, pretending to be whole, and encircled off to the right, doesn't know real love, wants it. I want to give this, but like just the wiggly line of words are hard.
She smiles and puts it away.
It also has the stuff on Aurelius and Cameral and Elizabeth.
She'll give that a quick read, but like it doesn't change how she reacts to
She's
it.
not reading any of this out loud.
You
No.
read out loud for Elizabeth because she can't read this stuff.
She'll look up at Elizabeth and go, "Do you want to know?"
It's fidget, by the way. But yeah,
Oh, yeah.
what?
We're working on it. It's a new day.
It's new. I did this to him. It's my fault. What do you mean, do I want to know? Is there something in there I need to know?
It's notes on us.
What did she say about me?
Oh, let me pull up this image. Might as well read it in her voice.
Yes.
There we go. For you, it says, needs help. Bitter, angry, traumatized. Mafia. Blunt sometimes. Too many secrets. I get it, though. Starving, but not hungry. And then, what circled is, likes her for healing. Glasses help. Addict. Needs help. Slow removal.
I tried to tell Adi I don't like her just because of the healing. Wait, hold up. Hold up. She put my name down and then put Mafia near it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I think this is
no.
what she thinks about us.
Oh, no. You don't put that in writing anyone near anybody who's part of this. That's not good.
Well, I don't think it's kind to alter her writings without letting her know, so...
No, I'll talk to her. She and I need to talk anyways, but you don't put Mafia. Oh, no.
To be fair, when she wrote it, I'm sure she thought no one else would get this book.
I mean, fair. But, it's a thing. Don't worry about it.
Now that Elizabeth has pointed out, like, what's circled might be what she thinks each person likes them for, Serenity's, like, rereading it and thinking it over. Before she just tilts her head. Oh, sweetness. There's not what I love you for. She'll put it in, close it, and just set it on
Missing the
Artie's
point.
lap.
You're not awake. Shush.
Should,
In case you've forgotten, my wisdom is a 14 and I have no proficiency in insight.
You're fine.
should we wake the others? They were saying breakfast soon, and I don't think I ate yesterday.
She looks genuinely surprised when you say that. Want to
What?
eat?
I'm hungry.
He smiles very brightly. Well, let's go then. I actually... She'll gently kind of like... Not shake up. Oh god, what's the word where you gently move someone back and forth?
Jostle?
Jostle.
Thank you! She'll jostle Artemis.
Artemis will swat at her and kind of curl up into a ball.
Let us sleep. She's tired. Her body needs to heal. I know, me of all people. She gestures to herself. The bruises are still there. She looks sicker than she did yesterday. I know I'm one to talk. But at least I know she needs to heal.
You'll want to talk very loudly.
Morning, Aurelia. Sorry.
Elizabeth?
Fidget.
Fuck. Sorry. Fidget? You know what, I'm
Yes?
just gonna call you Jeannie. That'll just be so much easier for me.
Yeah, whichever you want. Just no more Elizabeth, okay?
The last time I left Artemis alone, she got up on the roof.
Cameral's here.
He's just
Is
kind
here?
of gently snoring off to the side.
She gestures to the fact that he's not awake.
Neither is Adi.
Okay. I will leave it be. I'll leave it be. I'll let it rest. Aurelius, would you like help up, or would you like to go back to sleep?
I'm already up.
It's already gone, so...
She makes the face at Aurelius like, really? Really? You know exactly what I meant.
Wait, what?
Do you need help up into your chair?
She asked, do you need help up? And he said, I'm already up. So I just assumed that was a smart-ass retort.
He's also half asleep.
Fair enough.
No, that what he meant is he's already awake.
Oh.
Sorry.
She meant, do you need help up in the chair?
He's not very, I mean, fitting.
Fidget fishes into her pouch and pulls out her bottle, opens it, and hands it to Aurelius. You need coffee.
My mom just came into my room and is looking at me threateningly with a thermostat, and I don't know how to feel about this.
But yeah, you need coffee. At least this will get you going so before we get to breakfast.
I'll be fine. It's fine. He just kind of like
It's not alcoholic, I promise.
No, hear me out. He's trying to like wave you away, but he's unintentionally like depth perception's not processing right now.
Oh no.
So he's like accidentally like patting your face.
Aurelius, really? And she puts the bottle back into her bag. Let's get you into the chair. I think you need food like the rest of us.
I got him.
I don't think I could lift him right now, so thank you.
She'll pick up Aurelius.
I had a dream last night. It was... No, I didn't. Wait. What?
You didn't dream!
Let's not make too much of a ruckus.
Let the two of them sleep. Let the two of them sleep.
It sounded like an angry cat.
Just curl up into a tighter ball.
We're being too loud. Let's get out of here.
She'll move Aurelius like out of the tent real quick, and then she'll go back in
Tent.
and move Artemis.
The
Fort. And move Artemis closer to Cabral so there's someone to cuddle in case she wants to.
A little more of the scooch a little closer. Scooch a little closer.
Scooch.
We're like moving an irate puppy or a cat where you just inch him over.
Listen, he is also very naturally warm.
Yes.
That's why I said in case. I didn't put you right up on him, don't worry. There's just a nearby body. A victim, if you will.
Come on, I'm hungry.
Dawn. Would you like to point out what she sees? Oh, I actually added you.
Yes,
there you
I
go.
remember. Would you like to describe what you look like? The little changes.
Little. Okay, so, as they come out, and since Aurelius is fucking half out of it, and she's behind him, actually, I doubt that he'd notice it, so...
Probably only... Yeah.
Serenity's hair is almost completely black, and last time you saw her, it was only the tips.
Mm-hmm.
And her nails have fully sharpened and turned black themselves.
She stops walking and kind of tilts her head to the side, in very much the fashion of a confused puppy dog.
So look at her. Something the matter.
You look different.
You know, like, it's like one eye kind of squints in this confused look, and she just kind of looks at her like, "How?
What'd you say? Sorry.
How?"
Your hair and your nails look like they go with my outfit.
She looks at her nails. That is immediately concerning. Look, eye out of character, love your fashion sense. In character, she dresses in nothing but white.
These two are polar opposites in looks. That's why I said it that way.
She kind of looks at her nails, pulls a bit of her hair to look. Evictus?
I'm napping.
Is this you?
I'm napping.
Artemis called you a limp dick demon.
I promise you I ain't limp. I got that nice morning wood.
I don't have a dick, so no, you don't.
I have it. I didn't say you did.
How
Take your own
you
dick.
know what? Questions for later. Questions for later. What did you do to me?
Huh?
What did you do to me?
What?
Open your eyes!
No, my eyes are open. I'm questioning what?
She'll hold the hair up so, like, he's looking at it, obviously, because he's looking through her senses.
Oh, you dyed your hair. You look great.
No, I did not.
Well, I sure as fuck did not.
So for one, something that's happening to me is not your fault.
Surprising,
new
I
one.
know. I am also confused by this.
She looks at Elizabeth. I don't know what the hell this is.
Hey, being fair, I also didn't have anything to do with some of the other stuff that happened to you before I came in here. You renovated the place.
Renovate!
Yeah, you evolved into a woman.
Yeah. If you're gonna start looking like that, Serenity, you and I need to talk about your look. And she just kind of motions to all the white and brightness that is the rest of Serenity.
No, but I preferred this fashion since I was blonde. I don't know what's happening.
You know, it actually kind of works with the white, now that I think about it. And then she just kind of starts walking again.
Tell her she has no idea how to perceive this at all. It's like you woke up and your entire wardrobe is now the reverse color palette.
But yeah, so you don't know what's going on.
Not in the slightest. The last time I had change was when I asked Evictus to let loose.
That was a good
Yeah.
time.
And did you notice last night did you know that he and I had a talk too?
Yes, I let him out. I was in a state
I'm noticing a couple of little similarities there. I know I ain't the smartest in the group, but there's some things there.
my state of duress is generally what happens when I let him out. Are you telling me my hair changes colors because I'm stressed?
That is very interesting.
Is the halo still there? She's poking at her head. I cannot actually physically touch the halo. I am well aware of this.
What halo?
God, is my halo actually gone if I move out into the light?
Looking out into the light, it's there, and it's almost like it's slightly more visible. Fidget, make a perception check.
Oh, great. Everything's at disadvantage right now, so... You said perception?
Yes.
Okay.
I can't wait to see that big red number.
It's not as bad as you think.
Yay!
This is with disadvantage.
Wow.
Yeah, that's with disadvantage.
Well done.
There's a red tint to the halo.
Fidget frowns as she studies Serenity.
What? What's on me now?
You don't seem to be the kind of person to lean towards red.
Huh.
Your halo. It looks like my sword.
Is there a mirror somewhere? Or a reflective surface?
Not at the moment.
Fuck. I'm gonna start wearing a fucking track in the places she's standing.
I take it this ain't normal?
Well, normal is just subjective.
For you. Normal for you.
No. It's never been red, as far as I know. But it's kind of hard to see, because I usually wake up, it's there, and then a few minutes later, it's gone. But then again, a few minutes could be a few hours with how I work and lose track of time. Oh!
Well, today is going to be an interesting day, because it's been more than a few minutes, and it's still there. Kind of goes with your whole spooky look. And she wiggles her fingers at that.
I don't want to be spooky.
Join me. Join me on the dark side, Serenity. Being scary ain't bad.
I like not being spooky. I like people not being afraid of me. That was the whole point!
She's just laughing as she kind of moves to catch up with Aurelius and kind of motions behind her. Come on, Serenity. Let's go eat.
She'll follow after. The more you take care of yourself, the more I'm into the dark side. What transition is this?
Hey, I didn't make a deal with nobody, so I don't know.
I didn't either!
I'm joking.
No. You see, you deal with me.
I thought a deal or more babysitting.
No, you... Process better! Think better!
Oh no! I know the joke. I just wanted to ruin it.
Stop ruining my jokes. I'm funny.
You are funny. It's just funny to see you upset.
Ah! Go get food! You're leaving the poor man in a chair. Trip him. Push him down the stairs. I don't know. Make me laugh.
By this,
Dance! Fucking dance!
by this time, Fidget is next to Aurelius. Just letting Serenity do her arguing behind her.
She's like following after them as she has a fucking bickering match. Then, after her last sentence, you just hear her burst out into laughter.
She's very loud.
You've got a hangover.
You're a hangover.
Yes,
So she's
I
a
am.
hang-under.
No, she kind of goes, yes, I am, and actually tousles his hair for once.
You can't do that. I do that.
Yeah, but you can't reach my head right now, and she goes into the dining area.
So that's how that feels.
Serenity will, like, move the handle of his wheelchair, lean down, and just give him a quick kiss to the temple. Come on, let's get you fed.
Marvelous.
Get
So-
you fed. Got him.
You see the tiefling woman Kala still making food for everyone. There's a number of other people who are getting their own food. Ima, Davin, Oval is helping to run things to the kids who are clapping their hands, looking excitedly. When one of them sees Aurelius, they give it like a big wave, like, oh, and then all the kids turn, look, and just all in unison, just so many little hands just waving at him. And we hear one of them go, "Hi, fire guy!"
Fire guy! Fidget turns and stares at Aurelius.
It seems you
Yeah,
made a
I-
time club.
Yeah, I lit the place on fire.
You did what? I leave you alone for 2 hours.
Yeah, definitely. I lit the place on fire.
That's why we're standing in ruins. And Fidget goes to see if she can get herself a plate of food.
I would not fail to believe that he set something on fire. They simply put it out. Aurelius and Ulf are interesting when
Do you
intoxicated.
think I would be able to light anything on fire in the state that I'm in?
Do you really want me to answer that?
Stop bickering, you two lovebirds. Come on.
Bickering implies I could lose this argument. She works for Aurelius
as you're getting your food, you do note that she Kala doles out the plates, and then she kind of pauses and holds up a finger to you. Your friend in the
Yes?
wheelchair, your other friend, you.
Mm-hmm.
And you note
Yes.
that yours has a slightly smaller portion with foods that are not super filling, but are definitely still good to eat.
She gives a genuine smile up at Kala, going, "Thank you, really."
I've noticed how much you leave on the plate. You're still getting used to eating food. I understand.
It's a work in progress.
Believe me, it was a work in progress when I first got here too. It's actually why I started cooking.
I left the cooking to my mom. I don't think I ever would have been good in that. I was good at growing the food, not cooking the food.
Never know till you try. She taps the side of her nose and kind of shoos you off, and she kind of looks for the next person, pauses, kind of leans forward and goes, "Hello, Ken. You want the usual?" "Yeah! Give me a double!" And she's like, "You won't eat a double. Give it to me anyway."
Give him a triple.
She gives him a normal size helping. But
By this time, go ahead.
But he definitely still looks like he's like, "Yeah, I won the lottery."
Fidget finds a place at the table that they seem to always kind of conjugate at. And starts eating. Conjugate. Yes, that's the word I'm using.
Don't worry about it.
Congregate.
No, I purposely used the wrong word.
Alright, don't worry. We just have to congregate some words together. Anyways, but
yeah, you'll notice that the moment she sits down, she starts eating.
Everybody's smiling.
Hey, did you notice this little, like, stain here on the table?
Stain.
Yeah, to look.
It might be mustard.
Fidget kind of arches a brow behind her glasses and looks over at Aurelius.
I'm very tired.
Kind of looks at him, looks past to Kala, going, "How much coffee you got back there?"
not enough for the house. You hear one of the kids go, "Aw, you can't have any more."
What?
Huh?
No. Kala yelled at the kid, "You can't have any more."
Oh.
This one kid who's just like, they're tweaking. They're like,
Oh, they had too much coffee.
no, they had coffee.
Yeah.
Now they need to fix.
How many cups would you like, Aurelius? I think you need like a whole thing, but you know. I know I'm making you make the hard decisions right now while you're still waking up, and I'm sorry.
I mean, what even is a decision?
Oh no! Coffee.
I'm not awake enough for this discussion.
I'm not awake enough to not.
She goes back to eating.
Oliver comes over, he sits at the table with you, and he slides a cup of coffee to the two of you.
Thank you.
Oliver, do you think coffee exists?
That depends.
Oh no!
Do you
Oh,
exist
no.
to drink the coffee?
No!
Oh
don't
no! No!
Don't answer it. Think about it. Marinate on it and drink your coffee.
Marinate.
It's the word of the day.
There's words of the day?
Yeah, Ted turns around and
no.
points towards a wall, and there's a thing that like has the date on it, and under it is a word that has a definition under it.
I love this place.
It was.
Is this for the kids?
It's for the kids, for the adults. I mean, some of the adults are still learning how to read themselves, and so they're, or at least relearning. Common's not easy for everyone. I know some people who can only speak in Elven, and you would not believe the amount of cursing that they can pull off when they are trying to make it as uncursing as they can.
My mom
Fidget.
taught me to make up a word.
Fidget kind of leans over to Serenity as everyone's looking at the thing, going, "What's it say?"
Marinate. And she'll read the description.
Huh. Okay then.
Because I'm not looking up the Webster Dictionary.
It's fine. I don't need you to do that.
Being fair, they're not writing down the Webster's Dictionary version, obviously, because Webster's Dictionary doesn't exist. They're writing down roundabout what it means.
Okay.
I, as the player, understand.
Yes, as long
You
as
don't
you
have
as
to
the
go-
player understands, you do not have to be concise.
Yeah,
For
we're
some reason,
good.
like, I know what marinating is. I know how to spell it. I just can't fully tell you the definition because I can't.
We're good. We're good. I was just.
In to soak in.
Yes.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
But yes, you all have a bit of time to eat and to have just a nice, calm morning.
Mm-hmm.
Beth eventually takes a meal out to Cameron and Artemis.
Thank you.
The one who mainly eats it is going to be Cameron, because Artemis is still sleepy.
Sounds about right.
She is so tired.
Bruh, that's what sickness will do to you.
It just takes all the life out of you, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually, there's just the dispersing of activities. You guys get effectively just a little bit more of a chance to rest and relax. Artemis, you do eventually wake up, and when you do so, it's like edging towards noon.
She's probably like partially on top of Cameron because she got to the point of coming closer and then just like knocking out completely before to not move.
Yep. Completely out of it. Dead to the world.
And now,
this is my spot.
And now that she's awake again, she realizes where she is.
Mm-hmm.
Is he awake?
You're not sure. He is. His eyes are closed. As you shift and whatnot, his breathing does seem to alter slightly.
Can I see if he has any strings?
Make a perception check using your intelligence modifier.
While she does that, Comp, do you want either... Which of the two songs for the two people would you like playing?
Yes. We are going to pull up this one.
That'll be 17.
17. With a 17, there are some strings that seem to almost be like slightly wound and not braided, but they kind of move around each other in almost like it almost looks vaguely like a dream catcher. And it seems to be like circling back in on itself rather than just going out freely.
He's gonna reach up and like touch it lightly, but not channel magic through it.
Mm-hmm. There's a residual, faint bit of heat to it. Like a warmth that you can feel like your finger near a fire or a candle, where you have just the inkling that this is warm, but it's not like you're sticking your whole hand in there.
I'm gonna like try to slowly unwind herself from around him and kind of get a little flustered that she was basically on top of him without realizing it.
As you do.
Before I'm going to grab her notebook and draw out the little images of what she saw.
Alright. You spend a few moments doing that. And when you're done, you kind of just close the notebook, put a few things back around and whatnot. And without opening his eyes, Cameron just says, "There's food on the nightstand. Water too."
She'll just look over at him. How long have you been awake?
About a minute.
Did I wake you up?
No, I was awake before that. You just laid on top of me and I said, "Alright," and I just laid here.
How long was that?
A while. It's almost noon.
Why didn't you could have moved me?
Easily. You weigh nothing. But I didn't want to disturb you.
You probably wouldn't have. Everyone, just look around. No one else was there. Everyone else left without waking me up.
Yep.
Just cue a bit of confused, owlish blinking. With a slowly growing blush of being just flustered.
Feeling alright? You still look like you're running a fever. Leans up and
That's because
puts back his hand against
she puts her
your
hand over forehead.
Yeah.
She'll take her hand away, just kind of lean into his hand. I think I am. I can't tell.
I can promise you that you are running a fever still. You have been pushing yourself, haven't you?
I don't know what that means. Because I always go this speed.
All right. Well, you're having a moment to slow down. Do you feel a little bit better? Out of character? A smidge, but not fully. You're just kind of sick and feel gross.
Sort of, a little bit. She twists her fingers. I'm nervous about the doctor.
Ella is a professional.
I've met a lot of professionals.
She's a presence. Let me just say that if she's anything like any of the doctors you've met, I will be honestly surprised. Well, maybe not. I've heard a little bit about the practices across the way.
A lot of them have a presence so that they're able to fix things. I'm just gonna pull back a little and sit up with her knees to her chest. I don't remember what they fixed, but I know I met them a couple of times. And I know that I didn't like it.
You'll remember. Ella likes to make sure that when they speak to their patients, that the patient is aware of what is going on with them so that they can make decisions. It's your body, and you should know what's going on.
That'll be the first time a doctor's considered it mine.
He nods slowly, and you note you're feeling very warm. You just kind of shift a bit. You're feeling a little bit, sweaty, gross. Just very warm. Just very warm.
Mm-hmm.
She should actually be arriving within the day. She was saying that she was getting her hands on someone to keep an eye on things. And by that I mean she's probably dragging someone along because of course she is. She's insistent. Let's just put it that way.
Okay.
Nothing bad. Just someone that she's trying to have help.
Okay.
That person I don't know about. I will not vouch for them, and if they mess up, I can have them removed quickly. Fair?
Fair.
Alright.
I'm just gonna look at him, kind of squint and tilt her head to the side. I know last night was the last time I slept for that long in a while, because I'm sick. And I usually don't skip on sleep in a general sense.
Mm.
But when's the last time you slept? Outside of last night?
Night before that, I take more naps than anything.
How long?
2-3 hours. Old guard rotation schedule. Never fully broke out of it.
I'm not a guard anymore. Well,
No,
I
I'm
mean,
aware. I'm aware that I'm not technically a guard, but I hear a snap of a twig on the other side of this place, and I'm going to start running, but my hearing's not quite that good yet.
I keep getting scolded for working so hard, but everyone here is working hard all the time.
Yes.
I mean, look at you. Kala. Look at Beth. I haven't seen any of you stop moving or stop helping.
You've also been moving between the people who are moving the most to keep things moving. And as I said, I do nap. I do make sure to take just short bits of sleep to ensure that I get exactly what I need so I can keep moving. And that's not I'm always moving. I'm staying vigilant, but I am getting rest.
You're taking the bare minimum.
Oh no, I'm getting 8 hours. It's just 8 hours, and then I have to move and do something for an hour, 2 hours, and then I take another 2, and so on.
Okay.
Promise. Okay?
I'll hold you to it now.
Oh no, you're holding me to it. My word. What will I do? Oh, I'll make you drink
Maybe
water.
you'll make a whole different... I've been drinking water this whole time and she'll just grab the bottle over there and just chug.
Mm-hmm.
Then she'll grab for the food that's over there.
Yep. He doesn't stop you. He lets you eat.
This is good.
Colin knows her craft. It's mostly
I'll have to thank her for it later.
yeah, it's mostly not Danciel, Cormundum recipes. She's been trying to edge out a lot of the Danciel cooking that she had been taught, which was mostly fire pit potatoes.
That explains why this has spices.
Yes, fire pit potatoes, where she would drop potatoes into the fire and let them cook that way. There were several that ended up blackened, and I couldn't help but laugh. She was very embarrassed about it her first time cooking those, and then she found out that there was a whole array of spices, and well, she hasn't stopped since.
I remember fire potatoes.
They're honestly good, once you peel out the crusty bits.
Well, you have to have a poker to pull them out in time.
Oh, you need a poker? Oh, yes.
Yes.
Got
You can't
it.
just drop them in there. How do you expect to get them out?
You're right.
Do you just reach in and grab those?
Not all the time. Sometimes I use my sword. Other times I forget.
She just laughs, sighs, laughs, and shakes her head at him. Well, she'll reach for his hands. May I?
Mm-hmm. You may.
And she'll kind of make sure his hands are together before lifting him up to her, and she's gonna kiss the space between them and look up at him.
He's just watching.
I'm assuming Kala told you what that gesture means.
Had a character remind me.
You make beautiful things.
He smiles and he gently takes her hand and repeats the gesture. So do you. I'm a little rusty on some of my stuff, but I remember that one.
Once I have my other hand, it'll be easier to do that gesture. Right now, it's kind of like gathering grapes with one hand.
Not easy, no. It'll be hopefully much, much, much easier. And we can
Speaking
also...
of,
Yes.
your boys, do they have my hand?
Yes. They're finishing up a few bits to the replica to make sure it's smoothed out to not cause you any further pain.
Replica?
Yes.
Squints a little. She looks nervous again, where she nods. Okay.
They haven't taken anything apart. A lot of it's going to be, well, not a lot of it. Bits of it are going to be guesswork. Although one of them is insistent that they have something that they want to add, and I keep telling them no, but they're insistent, and so they might add it anyways. We'll see.
They can
We'll see.
always ask.
They can, yes, but they're also... How do I put this? Very excited. You get them into a one-on-one conversation, and they shut down. They're still learning. Still opening up.
Okay.
They'll figure it out.
Maybe if I show them the diagrams for the legs. Oh, the arms. Nope, the limbs. She's gonna die by one of her notebooks.
He lets you
She's
just
gonna
dig
grab it.
around.
Kind of flip it over. And she starts showing him all of these diagrams. I know you're having a limb problem in this city. These should be able to help. You can make these without... They're very simple to make, but they should work fairly well.
I see.
They
I don't
shouldn't cost too
understand,
much. They
I
shouldn't.
see. Okay. Go on.
The long and short of it is that they shouldn't cost too much to make, but they should be able to function as an arm, a leg, or in between parts.
Efficient without
To be
overcompensating.
Yes, and that it shouldn't give the city an excuse to profit, make a large profit margin off this.
Right. Honestly, the biggest problem with it is that there are... I hate to call them this, but they're body purists who say that if your body is not in its form, kind of motions to his own body, then adding anything to it is, well, it's causing more harm than good, and unfortunately, some people are like sheep and they're eating it up. Can't exactly throw them all into prison for words, but that's mostly because of the fact that I'm not the one allowed to do that, and our glorious leader is not doing anything about it.
Unfortunately, you can't really do anything about them.
I know. Domhall is... He gives you the impression that there is a good man inside of him. And then you look at the layer below, and you have to question it just a bit more.
I recall what you told me initially when we spoke about this. You said that he was a good man.
He is.
He was hypnotized or something by what makes iron in this place.
He is enchanted. It's... Honestly, having him watch something be crafted is like watching you talk about your creations. It's this wide-eyed starriness, this glee, love, passion.
But his inaction, it shows...
It shows a lot, I'm aware. And
good intent does not make a good person.
no. And Fergus is not helping push it like I've asked him. But then again, we're passing acquaintances at best. No, we're friends. We are. I just... Sorry. I don't want to dump all this on you.
I like listening.
I like listening too. What was that about the that arm here. Kind of taps one of them. Is that a mini like catapult?
Oh, that was just an idea in case you wanted to put them on the in case any of your guards lost parts.
To launch stones as a... I can see it. Ulver would want 2 of them, and he would almost chop off his other arm to get it, and I would need to make sure he never sees that.
Oh no! I spoke with your boys. They are thinking about making gauntlets with those on them. I'm sure he won't need to chop off his arm for anything.
Oh, thanks, Zoo. Actually, Zoo would probably not be the one to thank here. Calcus? Yeah, Calcus. Calcus be praised. I'm very bad with gods. Praise whoever.
Me too.
May they be enchanted by our works, or whatever we want to say, call them.
Yeah. I've been... been meaning to ask. I know why I'm warm. Why are you warm?
Residual heat. Perpetually. Potentially infinitely.
Kind of raises her brows and just kind of looks up to continue.
Oh, it's a fire plane stuff.
Fire plane.
Yeah, plane of fire. You heard of it?
Have I?
Roll an Arcana check.
$11.
There's the passing information. However, the information that your brain is pulling up with is the storybook from last night that Fidget was listening to. And that was very dialed back in sophistication and kind of just telling it in an almost fantastical fairy tale kind of way. Basically saying that it was filled with a sea of fire, and there were serpents that snaked their way through it and would catch people unawares. That there was a boiling desert where if you tried to walk in it, you would sink under the waves of sand as though it was actually just an ocean. That there was a city made of metal or of some sort that glowed and was able to refract just enough heat that some had presumed to live there. Things of that nature.
Artemis will kind of do a weighing motion with her hands, but ultimately give him a look that says a little but not a lot.
It's like it's here, but a step to the right. It's the best way I can describe how that feels, even though some of those places are in the same area, I suppose you could call it. The elemental planes are almost a sidestep up, or might be down. I am not the magic person, but I was born there, and eventually I stepped here, and I've just kind of had that heat persisting ever since. That and a few other things and whatnot, but that's just events for another time.
That explains a couple of things.
Only a couple?
So far. Your freckles.
You're right.
Yeah. You have so many. Usually it's from sun exposure, but I suppose it could also be from abundant heat.
A few of them, at least.
She reaches up to touch his hair. Are they usually redheads there?
Not all of them. Some of them whine and bemoan being born with dark hair because it apparently is very absorbent of heat. While others have hair that is washed out of all color and is almost white.
It's part of the reason why I cut all of mine off. I used to have hair down to my waist.
No kidding.
Thank
That's
you.
a sight to see.
Yeah. Takes a while to grow.
I mean, I can only
But
imagine.
at this point, I'm not a big fan of it touching my ears. And she goes to touch her hair and stops. Because it's definitely touching her ears now.
Yep. Would you like a trim?
Are you able to?
Kind of looks around and is like, right. They took all of the sharp objects and they took them out of this room. Because no
they
sharp
didn't.
objects.
They did not.
Which items did they leave?
She got into her upper bag. It's not something I use regularly.
Mm-hmm.
She pulls out like a barber's razor. And
That'll
holds
do.
it out to him.
That'll do. He'll... Yes,
I usually do it very carefully
obviously.
when I'm fully awake and not sick.
Alright. Fair enough.
But she'll allow him hold the razor very close to her head.
He pulls a mirror around and he effectively just asks like a little bit more here, or going very slowly, but effectively giving it like a chance to effectively it is, how do I do this? Okay, just follow her instructions. Easy enough, little by little. Don't go too fast. A little bit more? Alright, a little bit more. A little more? Alright, a little more. Honestly goes on
As he's getting the hang of it.
Yep.
Kind of gonna glance at him. What is that dream catcher around your head?
A chest.
A chest. What's it hold?
Fire. And blood.
Oh. Oh.
If you can see all of that. He moves his hand and you can see like there is a ring sigil. It looks like it's almost burnt into his chest a little bit. But it looks like it's almost more burning current tense into it as it kind of almost reveals itself. My own. And then it fades back into just smooth skin.
Are you containing yourself?
I'm containing something. I don't know what it was, but I'm containing it.
No wonder you and Serenity get along.
That would explain a lot, actually. Yeah, you're right.
He's gonna reach forward and touch his chest lightly where the mark was. Is there any like residual heat from it?
Yes. It's fading, but there is residual heat.
And whenever you let it out, is it hard to put back in?
It's a wrestling match. It knows it's going back in, and it hates it. It always fights. That's because it doesn't have any other way to think. So I put it back in and keep moving forward. It's just fire.
It sounds like it has a mind of its own.
If it does, it has no brain cells. There is no sparks connecting in between those dead eyes. It's just consume.
Maybe you just can't hear it yet.
If it's speaking, I'd really like for it to start saying something in a language I understand. Because it's been just having this wrestling match for a while now.
She just watches him. If you'd like, I can try speaking to it next time.
We'll avoid that for now. I don't want it to...
That dangerous?
Yeah.
Okay.
You wanted to jump out at Serenity while we were sparring, and I had to drag it back in to ensure that it didn't just leap out. Not sure if it's alive or anything. Just...
It sounds hungry.
Oh yes. Fire is always hungry.
Her fingers have kind of spread out a little bit on his chest, like she's waiting to feel something. And then when she realizes what she's doing, she pulls her hand back.
There is a faint knock at the door at this time. Just a little knock, knock, knock. And without looking, Ken's just like, yes? You hear, as you see Beth poke their head in and be like, sir, she's here. He kind of closes his eyes like, she came in through the front gate this time, right? No, sir. Of course not. Alright, well, I'd say you look more than presentable. Ready to meet Ella?
Part of it is looking absolutely sleep-tousled,
Yes.
with a bit of dried drool at the corner of her mouth,
Gently rubs that away.
and a piece of bacon in her hand.
You ready to meet Ella?
Is that the doctor?
That's the doctor.
There's a sudden look of fear, and she glances to where the window is, but she kind of shakes her head and nods at him very quickly.
Alright. Finish your bacon.
Shoves the rest of it in her mouth and just starts garbled speaking at him, but nothing is legible.
Yeah. He puts the plate back on the nightstand and offers a hand to her. Then he pauses and offers his arm instead.
She'll take it, and she'll also grab the bottle of water as they're leaving.
Yep. Alright, and you guys head over. In the courtyard area, towards where the where everything is being grown, Serenity, Aurelius, and Fidget, as you guys have been just kind of relaxing and enjoying yourself. You know, just having your own moment to just kind of decompress. Fidget, you're doing stuff to help make sure that you're awake and focused and stuff. You're still kind of wobbling a little bit. You notice it first, probably because you start swearing that you're like, nah, I'm dreaming of that. And as you kind of hear this faint crackling and popping sound, and then it gets audible like a full-on crack that kind of echoes. And kind of look up like, what the hell? And everyone kind of pauses and looks over. Several of the adults kind of hear it, and they kind of seem to almost like, you know, like when a movie goes pause and everyone kind of stops moving, or everyone like jumps a little bit. Yeah, it's kind of that kind of vibe. And Aurelius and Serenity, you are also there, and you're also noting everyone jump a little bit. You jump a little yourself. You weren't expecting that. And then you kind of see that in the garden there are a couple of trees that have been growing. And you watch as one of them seems to slowly like bend outwards into almost an archway. As you can see, this faint, almost pearlescent shimmer just going from top to bottom. And you just see Oliver, who has been, you know, the stoic, normally good Oliver. Oliver kind of like slowly exhales and goes, oh boy, here she comes.
Is this a bad thing?
What's going on?
And then stepping out of this shimmering light is a figure. Heavy cloak of furs and feathers. This dark spotted brown feathers and pelts with a skull that is just on where their head would be, as they just kind of seem to almost saunter out as they just walk into the place. And a couple of the kids actually they kind of perk up for a second, and then they go, "Oh, woo!" Behind this individual, a second person walks out. A slight bit more on the tentative side, kind of grabbing at a satchel and kind of tugging it a few times, looking around slowly. Orc features. Probably full orc based on how broad some of those features are rather than the more narrowed features of a half orc. Hair pulled back into a very almost like a cornrows kind of looking hairstyle that comes down and goes down just past the shoulders with another heavy hide shirt. As he kind of looks around and whatnot, you see the person in front slowly kind of just taking in everyone. It's like this almost haunting look because the skull, it is it is this creature. I'd say Aurelius and Serenity, roll me a nature check.
Nature.
The thing with trees and shit.
Paris, Serenity is looking at this thing and going, whatever they fought must have been big. And that's awesome. Aurelius, it has features that look to be almost bear-like. But towards the front snout end, it comes to like this kind of almost sharper point before curling forward into a beak.
Would I be able to come to the conclusion that it may potentially be an owlbear?
Potentially, which those are something that do occasionally have their place up in the north, especially towards some of the northern woodland areas, which would also then indicate that the cloak that they are wearing with spotted feathers and browner fur would then be an owlbear cloak.
Mm-hmm.
You see this person just keep walking forward, and they keep turning their heads, slowly looking, and it's very clearly like it's not super limiting on vision from side to side, but certain vision forward probably is a little bit difficult due to probably a size of head discrepancy. Before they kind of seem to pause and kind of stop, looking directly towards you all. Before they kind of tilt their heads slowly. You can see the skull slide slightly, probably giving a better view to you, to whoever is wearing this mask, before they gently push it back into place, turn their head, and again, just move towards you. And you see the orc behind him kind of seem to be like waving to a few people, just like, hi, hello there. And then realizes that the person's leaving, like, oh! And quickly jogs after them.
You know how you stiffen up when you've been caught staring?
Yes.
That's Serenity, because she's been staring at this fucking pelt. Trying to figure out what the fuck it is.
And then this person is approaching you. With all of the movement of someone who is purpose and presence.
She'll take a step forward to close the distance. Or excuse me, she'll start walking forward to close the distance. I'm almost choking on my spit.
In which case, you will be the first person that they kind of step up on. And they stop like maybe 5 feet away from you. They come to, just a full stop, just this barefoot. You note that they are wearing like leathers from the ankle to the knee, but no shoes.
That's not weird. Serenity doesn't wear shoes.
Yeah, no. I'm letting you know what you can see.
Oh, okay.
They give you this look over, and then there's like this shaking of the head, and then they reach up and just push the skull off, as you can see this tassel of braided hair kind of just cascade down, just past like almost to their waist, as this fiery red-eyed woman looks at you and is just like, that thing obscures my vision. Hell, you're not the person I'm here for. You have both arms. You are?
Serenity, and you are...
Ella, I am here to perform medical services on some of the people here. You are in health.
By this time, Fidget has gotten up behind Serenity.
Looks you over. You are in less health. Not dire enough for immediate care, but we'll get there when we get there.
I think I know one of your patients.
Mm-hmm.
Oh!
Would you like me
Oh.
to...
Kind of leans past you, says nothing, walks past you.
Straight to Aurelius?
Love
They
it.
will
Straight
Sorry.
to Aurelius.
Yes.
Sorry,
straight
I
to
love
Aurelius.
this energy.
Walks straight up to you, looks you over. I'd ask what happened, but it appears you have lost an arm and a leg. So, how are you feeling?
Well, not with my arm and leg.
Oh, you've got spunk still. Ah, they didn't take your wits then. Good, good. Alright. Did you say something, dear?
Nothing important.
I'm sure. Don't sass the doctor, dear. She hears everything.
God, you sound like my mother.
Be grateful I'm not your mother. Wash out your mouth with soap for that.
Serenity, let her do a job.
I'm just over here talking.
And I am listening, but I'm not listening for your opinion. If I need it, I will ask.
Naturally, you're the expert.
She looks over Aurelius and she just kind of pulls back some of his shirt to get a better look at the damage done, and she gently moves her finger near it, didn't ask, just immediately just looking, moving. Why is it that I can never get someone who does this with a modicum of actual skill? I travel the
Limb
world.
removal? Limb removal?
Yes.
There is an art form.
Some limbs contract gangrene and requires removal. The least people can do is do it with some degree of tact and poise. Your leg looks like it was twisted and torn. I'm going to need to make sure that it is smoothed properly. That will take a bit of time. I can get working on that soon. Excuse me, yes?
Should we leave you alone to do your work?
I'm not working right now. I'm taking an assessment.
Isn't an assessment technically part of the job?
I'm working right now? Are you paying me? Hold out a
Fidget
hand.
is moving away from Serenity.
Holds out a hand to her like, are you paying me right now?
I'm not the one who's paying you, but I can give you payment.
Do you think you can handle my payment amounts?
Probably not. You seem like you charge a lot for a good thing.
Good.
Fidget comes
Come
back.
on.
Fidget comes back, takes hold of Serenity, and starts trying to move. Come on. Come on, Serenity.
I don't know what it is about this doctor. She just pulled out this rebellious part of her.
Even in her weak state, Fidget's trying to push Serenity away.
I don't know what the fuck happened. This is not me. The character has taken over.
That's why I'm like, come
I am
on.
not flying the
Come on.
plane.
Come on. Come on. Come on.
Stop resisting. She's not resisting.
She moves you out of the way.
Oh my god.
As you're being pulled away, you see the orc just kind of lift a hand and just go, sorry. Sorry.
You're fine.
You're fine.
Yes.
You, Aurelius, because you are near her, you will note as she is moving her hands over you, there are black lines that go under her, the pelt of her sleeves, that go across the back of each finger towards the tip of the fingernail. You have no idea what the purpose of these are. You're not, but they don't look like tattoos. They look like they aren't like engraved into or attached to her, like physically, but they also give you the impression of tattoos at a glance. As she looks you over, and after a little bit, she straightens up, pats your cheek, and says, "You should be dead."
I should have been dead a long time ago.
I don't know what you've contracted, but it is not killing you. Praise be all that is good in this world. You will live another day. And then I will get a hold of you, and I will see about making sure that you can live and do other things for further days. If you die on me tomorrow, I will be upset with you. I will find your soul, and I will shove it back in your body.
I will be very cross if you die on me.
Yes.
Unless Aurelius alone with this. I want you to keep that in mind.
That said, though, if you do wish to use my corpse for research purposes, I am willing to allow that.
I appreciate it. However, I've done quite an extensive bit of research thoroughly at the moment. I haven't decided whether or not I need to perform more. I'll keep you posted. If you die, I'll find your body.
Understood.
Pats you on the head.
Whatever's left of it.
I love her.
Like, it's not like a patronizing pat. It's like a pat on the head, like she would tousle your hair, and then just leaves you without the tousle.
I feel incomplete.
I love it.
And walks over to Fidget and Serenity, and puts her hands on her hips, looks you both over for a moment before suddenly snapping her head to the left. Valinor, where are my bags? And he's like, coming. He has a few bags on his back. He offers it to her, and she's like, good, and walks away. He's like, slowly puts it back on. He's like, I'm acting as her apprentice at the moment. Valinor, coming. Sorry.
What was his name?
Valinor.
Valinor. Okay.
Why'd she come across?
She walked up, looked you both over again. When she looked over Fidget, looked her over again, made a tisk sound, and then walked away.
What the hell, lady? She looks like she's about to go after her.
Serenity! No. She gave me the tisk, not you. If anyone should be offended, it would be me, and I ain't even offended, because I know what I look like.
There's a weird noise you've not heard from her before. It sounds vaguely like a fucking hissing sound.
Fight.
Kiss.
But yeah, Serenity, I know what I look like. I didn't take offense to the tisk.
Over slowly slides up. And that was your introduction to Ella. What do you think?
Shaman.
Believe you
Actually,
me, she's
not that
technically on the job. This is her actually being cordial while she's on the job. When she's off the job, she's... No, she doesn't change that much.
This is a cordial?
She's being cordial. Yes, that's the word. Yes, this is her being polite. If she really wanted to, she would have started working on your friend here and now. Kids and everything would have needed to be shuffled off immediately. It would have been a whole scene, but she and Cam have violent history. Casually. Are you two okay?
I'm fine. I don't know about Serenity, but I'm okay.
You have the desire to throw her down the stairs, punch her in the throat, or otherwise headbutt her in some way.
Her hackles are raised like an angry cat, dude.
He looks her over slowly, looks her over again, kind of nods slowly, like, meet Ella. That's a good reaction to her.
To be fair, I'm kind of used to people like that, so, what are you gonna do?
Well, she knows her craft, so she kind of can get away with it, because people will pay for her to come and help.
I understand that mindset too.
We can get something cool to drink if you want. It is still rather hot out, and it looks like Serenity either needs to get a drink or would you like to try lifting me over your head and screaming loudly?
Wouldn't that make a spectacle?
Hmm?
Wouldn't that make a spectacle?
I wouldn't mind. If you want to make a spectacle of yourself, though, that's on you.
I think the kids would find it rather entertaining, the Serenity.
They wouldn't understand.
I'd find it rather entertaining.
Yeah, well, you're a little biased there, Aurelius, when it comes to Serenity.
I'm a little biased when it comes to a lot of things.
At least he's self-aware.
You know.
Oh no, he's becoming self-aware.
Begins. She looks it over. Alright.
Alright.
Oh, come on.
Emotions for you? Like, are we getting water or are you lifting me?
Lift.
I think
Alright. Crossing his arms like, have at thee!
Fidget moves just a little bit out of the way.
Now, do you want me to just lift you like a log, like a bride, like a fireman would carry you? What
Over your
specifics?
head.
What's a fireman?
Yeah.
Firefighters do exist in my world.
Yeah, that's how
yeah,
we're
yeah.
firefighters.
Yeah, I am going to explain this real quick for those who don't know. Firefighters in my world are actually intermediaries as much as they are people who actually go and put out fires. As you all know, the clergy and the paladin orders have a lot of intercity work that they do to appease and entertain the masses, and sometimes they need to work with the rangers and druids outside in the forest and such, especially if there's oncoming wildfires that have gotten out of control or things of that nature. And firefighters tend to be the people who are intermediaries between those two groups to make sure that everything is handled peacefully. Partly because sometimes someone wants to throw hands on one side who is a rookie who thinks that they know too much, and they don't want it to devolve when people's lives are on the line. But they do also, they're like normal people who do go through and they will try and make sure that areas are wet down to not let fires spread to like walls, wooden walls or things of that nature, or even just help to ensure that the tending to groves or orchards or stuff like that is taken care of for the insurance of, again, no fires suddenly sprouting and spreading through the cities. Oh, down she goes. I'm sorry. I hope you feel better.
Ow.
I can't scream and chat, obviously, so I'm just sitting here as he explains, just like going very silent, screaming.
Ow.
The worst part is like, Charlie Horse, you need to drink more water. I'm 5 bottles deep. How much more do I need?
5 more.
Apparently.
Clearly.
Drank more water in the last 2 years than I had for the rest of my life.
We'll see about that.
But, yeah, no, Serenity's just fucking deadlifting him. Like a fucking piece of fucking wood.
Gotcha.
Oh, I feel better. Even without the screaming. I don't know, but let's get a drink. She just, like, puts him over her shoulder, just completely blank, and starts walking.
Fair enough.
Fidget hurries after, kind of going, I think I was also invited, but if you do want a moment, you know.
No!
She is grinning from ear to ear before turning to Aurelius going, do you want some water? Apparently we're going to have water while Serenity and Oliver have a moment.
I'm gonna throw him at you. She's like got him back over her head, like she's getting ready to chuck him.
She turns to look at you, and you know that little kid thing where you put your thumb to your nose, wiggle your finger, and stick out your tongue? She does that at you.
Oh my god. She starts chasing her.
Oh crap, I can't run right now.
Half movement speed. Oh no, I'm limping.
Look, no, it's like, oh, this is fine. Oh no.
Yeah, she'll take off and then realize she can't move that fast, kind of going, you know what? I'm gonna sit down, and just kind of finds a shady spot. She finds a shady spot and sits down.
Look, shady spot for me to die. Let's go. She very gently spins over, not like full body spins, but like basically shifts him so she'll be putting him down on his feet. Walks up to Elizabeth, picks her up, puts her over her shoulder, and then turns to Oliver. Drinks?
Drinks, yes.
You know what? I'm too tired to even fight this, and she's kind of hangs limp over your shoulder.
Even if you weren't, you couldn't.
I would fight it. I have fought this kind of thing before, but right now my legs don't really want to work, so go ahead.
You could fight.
No,
you
your
just-
legs don't really want to work, do they?
Hey, yours work better than mine! And
My leg works better than your two.
yes, actually.
Huh. Can
Right
someone
now-
give me a book? I need to write that down.
No!
Oh. Hopping back over to Artemis and Cameron real quick so that they can meet up with Ella. Cam helps Artemis to her feet, and they walk through the halls towards the chaos that just happened. And there's a very definite wave of energy that has come from her arrival, as you see some people kind of scurrying by, whispering to each other and whatnot. And one person sees Cameron coming in, just kind of just like, ooh, kind of looks back down the hallway towards where clearly she came from, looks back to him and is just like, good luck. Ooh. And he just keeps walking.
Artemis gonna give him a questioning look with all these reactions.
She likely made a spectacle again. And probably looked around to
Again?
see if... She likes to make sure that people know she is here. She likes people to know she knows her craft and that no one else can stop her in this regard. And, well, I don't blame her. She's very good at what she does. He kind of pauses, holds up a finger, and then you can hear this, faint shuffling sound. And then you hear a much more confident stride of footsteps as holding the owlbear skull and just kind of trying to find a good place to put it. And then you just see her walking around the corner and toss it over her shoulder casually, just like, Eleanor, hold that. And you just hear, whoa, no, I got it. Why do you keep doing this to me? As you see Ella turn the corner, come to a complete stop. Cam's just standing there, looks at her. She looks at him, and this look that just kind of says, you. Cameron. Ella, a pleasure to see you again. It's good to see you too. How's the place been without me? It's been fine. We've missed a good doctor. Slowly looks over at Artemis.
No.
Hello. That looks painful. Again, why is there no one who can do a good job properly? Why can they not do this right the first time?
Because they were trying to kill me and not trying to just take my arm off. They did a very good job trying to kill me, but ultimately the results were iffy.
She has this look. What's it?
Look at the Roll20 chat down, just so you know.
I saw it. We'll get to that. If it's not trying to kill a person, it's because they got it pinned or caught in some way while running in between rocks or the like, and, well, here we are. Do you have a room set up for us? Yes, I have a room. Does it have everything I need? I'm sure you'll find something that we forgot. Good. Lead on.
I'm just gonna look up at camera, then back over here, then back up at him, and slowly start following.
As you are doing so, you hear another set of footsteps just rapidly approaching. As rapidly approaching Serenity runs around the corner and just runs after. And you see Ella keep walking, look over her shoulder, see it's Serenity, just be like, "Oh good, the crowd grows."
She ignores her, looks at Artemis. She looks a little bit out of breath. Realized she was the doctor. Remember that I promised to be with you when she was here. Had to run a bit.
Maybe if there's one person in the room with me at the doctor at a time.
I just remembered that I made a promise and I didn't want to break one. If you don't need me, that's fine, but...
Forgot it. No, it's not. I always need you, but I forgot I made it.
It wasn't you who made the promise.
No, I forgot that I made you make the promise.
Do you want me here or not, then? She's just smiling. Either way, it's okay.
I like you here, but I don't want to be by myself. But neither of us know her, and he knows her. So tag teaming might work?
Is she invited or not?
Yes.
Very well. If she patronizes my work, I will patronize her outfit.
What's wrong with my outfit? She looks so confused.
I'm sorry.
Kennedy, if you're mean to the doctor, you have to leave.
Oh no,
Okay.
I revel in someone being mean to me. It means that I can be the absolute snarky bitch that I was born to be.
Yes, but I would prefer not to do that while I'm having an appointment.
It won't slow me down.
I don't care.
Can we keep the doctor?
Oh, hell no.
And if the doctor looks at Artemis like even a little closely, she can tell that she is a ball of nerves about this.
Certainly
She
just
keeps walking.
leans her head on her. I will behave, I promise.
Artemis flinches away from the touch.
Ah, sorry, still no touch day?
No unworn touch.
I'm sorry, repeat that,
No one warned.
Kendall.
No
Oh,
unworn touch.
she nods her head.
Ask first.
Can I hold your hand?
I would rather not touch right now.
Also,
Sure.
her hand is currently looped into my arm, and it's the only hand she has. So,
Ah.
it would be difficult.
Sorry. She does look a little bit embarrassed. She's so used to two-armed Artie.
You walk a little
Artemis will
ways
kind of
up-
wiggle
Good.
whatever there is of her shoulder.
Yeah. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Very difficult.
You enter into a room that looks to have been cleaned and made not like our level of clinically clean, but for this place in this area, it is quite clean. It is very clean. And she takes 2 steps in, looks around, and says, "This place is filthy. Cam, do you do anything right the first time?" "I do, but I asked other people to help me." So you're blaming them?" "Oh no, I was just wanting to see how you'd react." She takes a hand, just like slides it across the table, and you can actually visibly see minuscule amounts of filth. It is, again, this place is very clean. This is, again, one of the cleaner places you've seen, but there's just a minuscule amount that she just kind of pushes off with her hand. It does not touch her hand when she does so, by the way. It's like it's repelled from her hand. She kind of rubs her fingers together, motions to a chair, kind of off to the side. "Have a seat. Bellinor, my bag?" Bellinor kind of, "Excuse me. Sorry, coming through." Puts the bag on the table, and it rolls out, and there's a number of tools and such that she has. Kind of looks it over for a moment. All right. Strip. Not all the way down, just waist up. Off with it.
I'm just gonna freeze for a second, and then kind of unloop her arm from camera rolls and take off her top.
Good, good. Now, she takes a moment, and she has like like those hearing horns for the deaf.
Oh yeah.
She takes out one of those, kind of puts it she looks through it, puts it to her ear as though she's listening for something. Nod. And then she moves over, kneels down. All right. I'm gonna put this against your chest. I'm gonna need you to take deep breaths when I tell you. Am I understood?
Yes.
Puts her ear against it, listens. Breathe. Take a deep breath. Let it out. Moves it over. Breathe. Do that a few times. She kind of pauses at a certain point. Turn around.
She kind of covers herself with one arm so that, because she knows how camera is about her being naked.
He's being polite and he's looking away.
She turns around.
She listens. Breathe. And as you do so, Serenity, you see her blink twice, slowly have this look of just, what? Breathe. Doesn't move it. Breathe. Moves it slowly. Breathe. Again.
Something wrong?
There are nuts in her back. Little clusters. It's almost a rattling sound when she breathes. Probably means that she's not feeling quite as flexible or as mobile as she should be. Look me in the eyes. Follow my finger. Your motion perception is at least still good. All right, say ah. Oh.
Ah.
Oh, yes. Doesn't look like it's anything to do with your throat, but you are still having bits of growth there. And let me look at your arm. Ah, right, yes, the arm. How awake do you want to be for this procedure?
What procedure?
I'm going to need to clean your arm. And possibly your back.
What do you, what's wrong?
Your arm?
What exactly is wrong with my back?
Your back has knots in it. Listen.
What does that mean?
It means that somehow there are bits of muscles that are overlapping each other in a way that is unnatural.
She's gonna try to remember if anything has happened that would cause that.
Make a history check with disadvantage.
It's so slow.
16. Flashes of someone talking to you, saying, only for a little bit. Nothing clear, nothing focused. Which is a shame. On the other side was a natural 20. I just realized that.
No.
Yeah.
But does she realize that her memory has been tampered with?
I would say based off of that, you've got a good memory, and while there are spots in it, this is like shadow seeing through fog or silty water. This is not a clear memory, and it feels like it is in between memories that you should have been able to remember this easily. Especially considering the fact that part of you says, don't worry about pain. she handle it.
Her eyes are gonna snap open. I need both of you to get out.
Me?
Okay.
No. You, Cameron, Serenity, both of you get out, please.
She'll nod.
Looks and nods, takes a step back.
She'll go out with Cameron.
The
Well, actually,
last
use
thing they
this
see in
one.
her eyes is like a look of like hardened fear.
Okay. He steps out. He kind of looks to Serenity and just like, you're staying nearby, obviously.
She nods.
All right. Just relax. Meanwhile, back with Artemis.
Something pulled that from my... Something changed it.
In your
I
head,
should remember that. Yes.
I did not bring diamonds for such a procedure, and I'm not getting paid to do such a thing. I'm here to heal you.
Okay.
How cognizant would you like to be?
I like to know what you're doing.
I can numb it at the area itself. That should keep you cognizant, but it will mean that later you will feel spots of pain.
That's normal.
This will be more. I'm re-agitating areas and cleaning them out. You don't exactly have arm nerves to shove back in properly to make sure that they're not going to cause you further pain. And I do not know exactly what they've done to your back.
Artemis kind of gonna look down at her lap and back up at her. What will make it easier for you to do your job?
To do it easily would be to completely have you unconscious. That way, when you're coming out of it, you'll feel the pain tomorrow. But you will not know what I did. And you have asked me to explain this to you.
I just want to know what they did to me.
Right. Well, they didn't do this to you. Motions to the arm. Because you remember this, yes?
Yes.
Well, this is what I need to take care of first. I'll take care of the rest as we go. Is that fair?
Yes.
This is my assistant, Velinor. And you see her motion to the orc who, on orcish side, slightly younger. Again, hair in kind of those kind of very fluffy cornrows. A bit of a squared off jaw, tusks that go just under their nose. Very, very light, almost like hazel bordering on orange colored eyes. And they look to you with this look of just that, they're going to be here to help. Like, I'm here to help. And he kind of pauses, looks to her and is like, do you want me to summon for the first little bit? And she kind of pauses and says, for the first bit, might actually be best. All right. Give me the numbing. He nods, gets some stuff. She doesn't seem to pull out anything. She just smears it with her hand, just onto the part where your arm is, shoulder is rather, and it slowly begins to just numb to a point that you just can't feel anything there. And then she pauses as she gets out a few other tools, and she motions to Velinor. And Velinor makes a hand gesture and then puts his hands onto his forehead, his thumbs onto the forehead, with his fingers splayed outwards in a kind of an antler fashion. And you can see like this wispy energy come out of his mouth and seem to pull back over his face as he pulls his hands down, and like electric energy seems to arc up where he had left his fingers as it forms into this incorporeal set of antlers that have a bit of this blue electricity going through it as it exudes this faint mist around his feet throughout the room, even slightly outside the door, which you, Serenity, you note a faint mist coming from under the door. And she looks to you and is like, we're going to begin. All right?
Her jaw is clenched and she's a bundle of nerves, so she just nods.
And she slowly begins to help clean your arm, your shoulder. She'll work over you. I'm not going to go into details on that, obviously. She explains step by step what she is doing, and when she goes to the back, she is appalled. I will say this much. They apparently had cut some of the muscles and interwoven them a little bit. So they were constantly pulling on each other.
How old are they?
Years. Your body tried to adapt around it.
How many years?
By my guess, far too long. Say, decade. Maybe 2.
They haven't had me in over 2 decades. I'm 87.
Oh, half elf, right. By your body with that, 50 years ago, maybe 52?
50.
You would have been young. That's why I was saying 20. I thought you were a bit more on the human side. My apologies there, ma'am. Breathe.
Most people can't guess my age. It's fine.
Keep breathing. All right. Well, have you fixed up?
For a minute, I worried it was at the orphanage.
If they did this to orphans, I can promise you, Camera would not be alone.
Can't remember most of what happened there, so it makes sense if it did.
She moves slowly, but carefully, and there's a quickness to it, but a clear, I'm explaining this while I'm doing it so that you know what's going on, but I'm going to keep my pace. An efficiency. I'm going to slide the scene over to Fidget.
Hello. Would you like? I was gonna say.
I got
There we go. Okay.
You wander away, just for a little bit, just to get some air.
Mm-hmm.
Ulver is talking to Aurelius about some of the creatures, as he mentions a bit more in description about an owlbear that his father said that he spoke with the spirit of it, but he's pretty sure his dad was just, telling tall tales.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, that's enough for me to kind of just go, I'm going to slide out real quick.
Just To clear my head just a little bit.
Yeah, especially since every now and then you're seeing like spots, waves of dizziness, and you're just trying to walk and get your heart moving a little bit just to refocus.
Mm-hmm.
You're tired.
Very.
You are physically tired.
Mm-hmm.
You've mentally tired yourself out. Emotionally, you've worn yourself ragged. Voicing some of the things we discussed about what you did throughout the night. You read from the book, or rather you had the book read to you.
Mm-hmm.
You sang some songs.
Mm-hmm. Nobody was up, but it gave me comfort.
Yep. And you swear that you dreamed awake. As you swear you could almost hear how the melody went. Maybe from your mother singing it all those years ago. It was like another voice to add to yours.
Mm-hmm.
Something you never did with her. But
never.
It was a nice thought for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
It had an air of comfort to it.
Needed comfort.
Yes. You look over and you can see the heated gouts of smoke or steam that come from the rest of the city, and then you drop your gaze back down to the grass, and you can only imagine how the two individuals felt just stepping barefoot out of a tree. You were certain for a moment that you were dreaming standing up, that you had somehow fallen asleep until you realized, oh no, Serenity is here. She is here. Serenity is getting into an argument. Oh no.
Yeah, to the point where some things aren't seeming real. She's not sure if she's awake half the time.
Yeah. You're almost micro-napping while walking. Mm-hmm. You swear it's like you clip in and out. And you're not sure if the voices you hear are in your head, if they're actual people talking to you. One voice does seem clearer than the others.
Okay.
So, your name has weight and meaning to it. It's very fascinating.
Her hand goes under her scarf and holds onto the locket, going, "It's the way I was taught, but yes."
I approve, but I'm not sure if I approve of the people. Then again, I've only known them for a short time, and one of them tried to kill you.
Yeah, no. Wait. She stops walking, and her right eye twitches just a bit, going, they were part of it. They weren't part of it. What do you mean?
You don't remember?
Remember what?
Nah. If you do not remember, then you've moved past it. It is behind you, and is unimportant.
Her eye twitches again.
You can commit that all you wish. I have no reason to tell you anything.
Anyways, yes, names hold a lot of weight.
Fascinating. And yet some people give their name for free, as though it is grass, we'll say. Sand, dirt. There's a lot of dirt around here. Why is there so much dirt? Do they wish to get dirty? It's fun.
Don't have the energy for the joking right now.
Shame. Well, find the energy. And don't die.
I promise I'll go to sleep tonight.
I'm not sure you'll last that long.
What do you mean?
You are falling over your own feet.
I'm also talking to you, so,
You blink a little bit and you kind of feel like a sharp pain in your side. You kind of look down, you realize you ran into a table. You're like, oh, well, oops, my bad. It's numb. You barely felt it. And
Okay.
they go, I'm not doing that, by the way. That is just how much you are processing. How much you are thinking.
A lot is going on, as I'm sure you've heard.
I hear bits and pieces. I hear what I need to hear.
You heard the name, so there you go.
Genevieve. It has a ring to it.
It's part of who I used to be.
Who you are. You are re-embracing it. You are casting aside a name, an identity for this Genevieve. She must be important to you.
Well, when you spend a couple decades as Genevieve, kind of hard not to go back to the way things were.
Is fair.
Is there anything else you wanted to talk to me about, or was it just about the name?
The name had me, and I was captivated. Perhaps I will know the names of more. Understand more. Later.
The name is not a very good name back where I'm from.
That means that it is a very important name that I should hold on to. Because back where you came from, there are still insufferable pigs who deserve to have their necks spiked and put to the fire. Remember, I am still
that's right. You don't like that. You don't like that Tez. Oh, that's right.
Yes. I wish to see him, how you say it, drowned in a puddle of his own piss.
If I ever see him again, I'll see what I can do.
I look forward to it.
Not too far from what I used to do. She kind of mumbles that last part.
As you're mumbling, you're kind of moving around. I'd like for you to make me a con save real quick.
Con save?
Yeah.
Are those at disadvantage too?
You are reaching on to the third day, so I'm going to say yes.
Okay, disadvantage, con save.
Nah, fuck this.
Jesus Christ.
Trying to do something, huh?
Literally just want to swear up to God.
You're able to stop yourself from falling over immediately or completely. However, as you're seeing things again, there's like shadows wrapping around the edge of your vision. As you're taking a step forward, feeling the pain in your side, you're upright for a moment longer. You can hear voices and sounds of things that are there are not there. And you see Beth. And there's this cloaked person with them. And you're like, yeah, Beth is good. Beth, ooh, why is the ceiling? And then you see the figure seem to shift, note you, and move towards you. And as you take another step back, the world just blacks out. And you fall back.
Oh, as somebody's... Are they walking fast?
They sprinted towards you.
Holy shit! And I pass out. Okay.
Yep. So back with Aurelius.
Oh my god. Okay.
Oh,
So
goodness
Aurelius,
gracious.
you are being spoken to by Ulver about his father's quest through the mountains on a vision quest, where he tells you, I am pretty sure my dad was high, but he insists that it's all true from his own mouth. As he's been telling you this grand tale about how he scaled a mountain to scream at the sky, and then the sky answered and told him to shut up, as it struck him with lightning and left this gnarly, beautiful scar on his chest that he later made into an upside-down tree.
I think he got high, went to the top of a mountain, and got struck by lightning. Because at the top of the mountain, you get struck by lightning.
Yes, that is... Yes, he is a Goliath. Yes, that is very much true. I don't think I've told you his last name.
You haven't.
It hasn't come up.
What's the last name you think it is?
It's something we can find out in character later.
Message it to me on Discord.
Okay.
But yes, he laughs heartily, and just like, yeah, that's what I think too. But again, he's very insistent that it is possible. One second here. Oh god, I lost my train of thought. Help. Someone.
Very insistent that it was...
Yes, that if it was possible, it was true.
Well, if that's the case, if it is possible for, I don't know, to turn me into a spear, that must mean that I am a spear. Therefore, it must be true.
You would make for a very poor spear. Not because you're not sharp, but because you're so sharp I don't think anyone could hold you. Throw him! Find out once and for all!
Attach rope to him.
Use him like a flail.
Sorry, I think this took...
Continue.
Yes.
I think I should head north again at some point.
Oh, if you ever
It's
do,
been a
it
long
would be
time.
great. Oh, man.
Been years. I left 3 years ago, and I've just been wandering across the continent since.
Do you think you'll be heading towards Forgesteading at all?
It might be on the way.
Forgesteading is my home. I spent most of my youth there, and honestly, it is, again, it is just... You don't get, like, snow all year round. But when you do, and you can just stand in the snow and just watch the sunrise, it's worth it.
I'll take your word on that, and I'll hold you to it.
That depends on whether or not you go during winter or if you get there before. During the fall, it's hit or miss. Still nice, still beautiful, lovely, but again, it's just the snow at your feet, and you just look across and just see the light and the world, and just you realize that you are above so many things, and you realize that the avalanche runners are crazy because they will run with an avalanche, as I've mentioned before, to stop people from dying mid-avalanche. And they're trying to literally carve out natural disasters. And in some cases, they're winning. Can you imagine that? Winning against all odds, against everything.
It's a powerful thought.
It's an incredibly liberating thought. I love it. Love thinking that.
Is that what you hold your standards to?
Oh yeah, that's why I came here. People deserve to feel liberated. Cam freed me of a debt that needed to be paid. And I help free people of Dunziel who come through here of fear.
So then do you not feel indebted to Cameron?
Oh, I feel a little bit indebted to him. He's told me that he just did what he would do for anyone, but I can't escape that feeling any more than you can escape missing an arm and a leg. It's there, it's present, and I move forward just like you are handling yourself pretty well, all things considered.
So would you then say that you've just traded one debt for another? Or would you say that you are more free than ever?
I'm not sure. I want to say that I'm more free. I do. Some days, though, I wake up and I think, am I missing out on taking care of my own problems? Or have I truly been helping those problems? I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
Do you enjoy what you're doing?
Yes. It's everything that I've said is 100% the truth. It is, I'm helping people. And I can say with full certainty that I'm helping people in a way that accomplishes what I desire.
So you are not only helping people, but you are content and satisfied with the work that you are doing. And you find purpose in it, correct?
He nods slowly and seems to kind of have the light bulb kind of turning on, or the candlelight flicking on, and just nods. So it kind of looks at you, kind of gently, kind of nudges you, like, you, my friend, are a philosopher. Stop it.
I am only bringing forth what you already knew.
Sure you are. I wasn't being blind to it or anything like that. Everyone has a blind spot.
It's true. I am by no means perfect myself, but I am very aware of my inability to walk.
We're going to get that fixed as soon as we can get your leg cleaned up.
Yes,
That is a good one.
that's going to be an interesting process.
Honestly, the learning to walk bit shouldn't be super hard. It's getting used to the arm that I heard is going to be the harder part. That bits of the pain from walking, but
Well, I've made it this far. It's a little sting in the leg.
Yeah. And you're going to keep moving. He kind of pauses and looks over you. He kind of turn and look to see what he's looking at. As you see this this young kid just like sprinting over, like looking like he's like runs it over, is like over. Beth said she fell down. Over, Beth said she fell down.
What? Who fell down?
She fell down. And he's like, okay, take a deep breath. Who fell down? She fell down. He doesn't know who fell down. He just knows someone did.
Can you describe them?
Hair. Whoosh. Kind of makes like a grabbing around the neck, like pulling back and forth. Leather. Black leather.
Okay, I know who it is.
Black leather. I know exactly who it is.
No one else wears black leather.
Black leather. Everyone else here wears normal leather. The one person in the party wears black leather. Everyone. We know.
It's Batman.
We have to go save Batman again. Come on, Oliver. In this case, Oliver goes, you need me to take you to it?
I might as well.
Kind of turns and pushes you as the kid is running ahead, making sure to look back every now and then. Come on! They fall down! Come on! Oh, Run. And as you're getting closer, you hear Beth's voice. It is not raised, but it is sharp. It is pointed as it is calm. At least you think that it's calm. I told you to take it easy and slow. Why were you wearing all of that if you were going to rush someone? Turn around the corner, you see this hooded, cloaked figure holding Fidget. And looks like she almost like hit her head on something. It looks like they like kept her from doing so. They kind of had this like slightly shrunken in, shoulders up, like being yelled at as Beth kind of looms over them, and they slowly pick up Fidget, who is in and out of consciousness for a moment as you begin to come to a bit more.
Okay.
And blink. And you're you've got to be. You have to be. You're in the middle of a dream. You've got to be.
Wait, is it? Oh, is it who I think it is?
It is who I said could possibly show up, and he is currently looking down at you, as you're like again this blinking, kind of trying to refocus as your brain processes enough to go. Wait, hold on. As
I'm hallucinating. You're not here.
What is happening?
the person
What
turns and is
happened?
like, she fell down, as you see Maxim.
You know what?
Paris.
Told
is
you
like,
he was planning.
I'm calling it. I'm calling it right now. She was stepping backwards and tripped over her own feet. Is there a...
So as you could,
Yep, sorry.
so as you can see, she's been sleeping regularly.
Is this what sleeping regularly looks like? I didn't realize that... Being fair...
He's not here. He's not real. I'm dreaming.
I am part of the Feywild. Give me your name. Woo. I'm here. Stop that. Aurelius, you look terrible. Have you been getting sleep? Did you change
More
your
sleep
hair?
than.
You know what I'm asking about, but I'm kind of processing that.
Look, man, just because I don't have a leg to stand on, I've been saying this joke too much. He says, looking over the Olva.
Listen, if you had hands to keep time with, you can keep.
I like that one.
You can hold the hour, but the minutes just fly by.
Oh god.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was actually in character. Oh god.
Yes. Oh no.
Here, this is proof.
It's
I can
him.
make those puns up in my head.
While they're talking, she kind of curls a bit against him, and her eyes close again.
And she's out. Is there? I'm just gonna carry her. I don't think. Is there like?
There should be a bedroom somewhere around here. I'm not sure which ones.
She'll
Wait, no, I remember
she'll tap on his chest, going, I can direct you.
All right, lead the way, please.
She points behind her.
He
Down that hall.
He turns and he just nods to Beth, just like, I am so sorry. Look, I did not expect. Leave. Yes, ma'am. Walks past her.
Oh, she knows him.
Either she knows him or she met him at the gate and is woman of the house enough to go, you have decided to fuck around and you're about to find out. And so he's like, I am not fighting this. Hi.
Ma'am, don't hurt me, please. I bruise like a peach.
Please, I'm soft and supple.
But as he's walking, she kind of just directs him down the hall to her room.
Okay. Even or odd pairs? Or high or low, your choice.
Odd.
3! This is why I should never play clerics.
Also why you should never bet against me with numbers.
That was not a matter of betting. It's a matter of this is like the 4th time I've rolled below a 12
Mm-hmm.
this week.
Oh,
Which
dang.
started yesterday. Then again, the other one was a 98, and that was summoning a hill giant. So that's a different story for another day.
Yes, let's continue.
Shall
Yes,
we?
we are moving as walking down the hall. You see the mist, Serenity, and you are ready to rip this door off its hinges and staring at it. And then you just hear someone go, "Hi, Serenity. Weird new look, but a good look." As you kind of pause, look over, you just see Maxim walk by with a very tired fidget in his arms.
She fucking... It's vibration.
Cam just slowly looks between, just like, did I miss something?
He ran at me.
Kind of slowly leans over. Yeah, go ahead.
Long short story. Run, fall down. Elizabeth doesn't understand the concept of reality, right? Sorry.
Fidget.
Sorry. I forget you have names.
You can call me Genevieve if that makes it easier.
Genevieve.
I'm just gonna call you annoying. Yeah. How's that?
That works. Her eyes finally open and she looks up at Max and going, I told them last night what my name was.
Oh. Well, at least it's not trying to go back to Melody. That was a weird name.
Look, I didn't know you were a bard. Melody? I didn't know he was a bard when I told him my name was Melody, okay?
It was a great joke to laugh at when I realized that wasn't your name. I thought that was a cosmic joke.
Bedroom this way.
Hang on.
Holding, what?
I'm still lucid in there, right?
Yes, but,
Alright.
You're not hearing all of this loudly?
I know, I'm just curious.
You are lucid. You'll get you'll be able to go, what happened out there? So yes.
And I can't feel anything that she's doing, right?
Not down your spine, not on your shoulder. Not for, a while. You'll feel it eventually. It will hurt. What was the question, Serenity?
Continue, I was curious.
Yep, no worries.
What happened?
He ran at me.
Yeah, that doesn't
she
answer.
And passed
You
out.
ran at me.
You tripped and passed out. I ran at you.
I
You
was
tripped and
trying to
passed
go
out.
backwards because some hooded figure thought it was a good idea to run at me.
Because you were falling. You were falling when I ran at you. I ran at you after you were falling, not before.
Two sides of every story.
Beth
okay.
The truth is somewhere in the middle.
Truth is somewhere in the middle. Sure. Yes, Serenity?
So let's just pretend, right, that currently what I'm looking at is just my friend was fine 5 seconds ago, suddenly being passed out in the arms of a person who I didn't know was here.
She was fine a second ago? No. She was
Technically,
falling
she's looked
asleep on
sick
her
the
feet.
entire time.
I've been sick, acting sick this entire time. This is out of character.
I've
been-
Yes. But fine as in you're on your feet.
but-
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, and I know what she's saying. Maxim's being a little
Okay.
shit.
Okay. This is why I'm saying he ran at me.
I have explained my position. She is very tired, clearly. I'm taking her to the bedroom that she is pointing me to. I'm sliding away slowly. Goodbye. We'll talk later.
It's at the very end of the hall.
Thank you.
I can only slide away.
She looks at Cameron. Do you think that I could leave you with? And she gestures with her head to like the
Serenity, can I have a moment with Maxim before everybody goes in, please?
She grabs Aurelius so that he cannot leave. Of course.
Thank you. And she'll go back to directing him down the hall.
Sounds good.
So, how you doing?
He looks at him.
I'm not too bad. You like jazz?
I can't.
What's
believe it.
jazz?
I can't believe
Oh
it.
man.
I can't.
Oh my
So
god!
it's
No!
fire
No!
elemental
No!
music. They call it the hottest thing on the block. And I hate them for it.
If
Because it
Fidget were
actually
there, she'd
sounds
throw
good.
something at him.
It's a good thing she's almost asleep on her feet.
Uh-huh.
Both of you. Both of you. Horrible.
Yes.
Absolutely horrible.
So, Fidget,
Yes.
you are taken into your room.
As soon as they get there, she kind of taps on his chest again, going, I think my legs work, you can put me down.
I mean, I figured they worked, but I figured you might fall again. And there are
I'll
sharp
just-
and pointy objects called corners.
I'll stand in the middle of the room. Does that help?
You can sit on the bed.
The bed's too comfortable.
Sit on the bed.
Maxim.
Think of it like a chair. I'm
Maxim.
not saying lay down, I'm saying sit.
She'll sit down and just look up at him, kind of going, what are you doing here?
Well, in all honesty, I'd already been on my way to Molten Hold to get to Wave Break, because I thought you guys were on your way to Landfall, because you guys said you had to make a stop somewhere along the way, something about something, I don't remember exactly all the details. I've got a lot of details that have been going through my head lately. And
I don't remember telling you all that.
you said to meet in Wave Break. And so
You said that you wanted to meet me at Dragonsby after Wave Break.
yeah, no, but you told me about Wave Break.
No,
How sick are you?
we had the whole conversation about you meeting me at Dragonsby after Wave Break because you didn't think you'd be able to help me at Wave Break.
Yeah, and then we've had several conversations afterwards where we discussed the fact that you were scared about going to Wave Break. You've talked a little bit about a few other things along the way, but that was one of the things I was like, okay, well, if I go meet her there, I can at the very least be there in case she, calls on me. And I just happened to run through here when you happened to still be here. Honestly, I thought you'd been kidnapped because you went quiet for several nights.
Her eye twitches for a second, trying to recall what he's talking about, before motioning to her belt cling. I took the lanyard off.
Yeah, you didn't tell me that. And he looks very embarrassed, looking off to the side with this look of just, not shame, but like, that makes more sense. that is the sensible thought.
We talk
Yeah.
more than me. I thought I was the one initiating our conversation, so I took the lanyard off.
No, I've called you several times. I mean, you've been half asleep because it's been late into the night and whatnot, and you kind of mumbled through half of what you were saying, but I did message you. It was like sundown.
Not for me.
What?
If I can't remember it, it wasn't just sundown. I thought I was dreaming all those conversations with you.
It was definitely sundown.
Maybe for you.
I promise you it was sundown when I have messaged you. I usually do it at the end of the day. I told you, I'll message you at the end of the day. I told you after like the third or fourth one, just so we could try and get some amount of... You don't remember any of it, do you?
No.
Ah!
I legitimately thought I was the only one doing the conversation. That's why I took the lanyard off. I thought you wanted nothing to do with me outside of it being work.
Oh. Yeah, no, we've been talking, like, for the last couple weeks. Like, every other night. At least.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't
prove
remember.
It. I can prove it. I just...
How?
Hold on, I'm trying to remember. Okay, you've mentioned a little bit of your time in Cormundum. You said that you didn't want to bring up some of the stuff, not because it was too hard, but because, you know, the usual can't talk about it, yada yada stuff and things. You mentioned... Your last name's Bowman.
Okay, that lucky guess. That's a lucky guess because you were looking into me before.
Your mother's name was Sage.
I talked about my mother?
Very little. You preferred to talk about Seth. In fact, there was a night when you just rambled. You said it was his birthday. He's, I think you said a dozen years? No, Baker's dozen. 13 years. Younger than you.
Yeah.
And that at one point, when you were out training, he did that little kid thing of trying to mimic you.
I haven't told anybody about that.
Yeah, you definitely did.
I'm sorry. I don't remember, Maxim. I'm sorry.
No, you don't have to be upset about it. It's just you did, and I was appreciative of it. Honestly, the only reason why I didn't just jump the walls into this place and go, scouring it for you to find you otherwise was because I heard you singing last night.
Wait.
You grabbed the lanyard.
Wait. Are you the other voice?
He kind of like he's not wearing his headband at the moment, so you can see his ears, and his ears actually like visibly lift a little bit, and he very gently sings the tune that you had been singing last night, the Mother's Lullaby.
She takes in the song for a moment before realizing his ears are out, going, wait, that's new.
That was a new thing? Yeah, it's a new cloak. I got it on
No, Maxim, the ears?
These? That was like third or fifth conversation.
You've told me?
I'm half elf, not full, but yeah. You remember none of it. How much sleep have you been getting?
The past 3 days?
The best 3 weeks.
Okay. I've been sleeping normally till I got here.
Okay. What's normal for you?
However long I guess I fall asleep right after our conversations. And then I'm usually the first one up.
Just sighs and leans back and like just sits like there's like a bed on the other side and just flops into it. Suddenly things make so much more sense. I thought I was repeating myself like a loon. It wasn't How is it not sundown? What the hell's going on? Sits up. It was sundown when I would message you. Up until more recently. And at that point I think you were starting to ignore me more because you thought I wasn't talking to you. Which makes more sense now. You did yell about me about that about a week ago, and I was very confused. And I explained this conversation we are having right now. And then you said, oh, okay, well, I need to go to bed. And I'm like, all right. And you were just suddenly out.
And she stands up. It's a little shaky, but she stands up. And she kind of puts her hands on both sides of her head and just kind of starts shaking her head back and forth, going, just another thing I can't remember. Just another thing I can't remember.
Jenny. Hey.
I can't.
Look at me. Listen. Hey. You're okay.
She stops shaking.
Sit back down. Take a breath. Take another.
Why does it sound like you've had to do this to me before?
This is not the first time. Your head's... Beth told me there's a doctor here. Maybe she can help.
Yeah. I'm not high up on a list of people to talk to right now. But she's seen me. And commented on the way my appearance, so.
What'd she say?
She tisked.
You do look like you're about to fall asleep on your feet.
It's still daylight out. I'll go to sleep tonight.
Okay.
Liar.
I will!
Out of character, sure.
I'm out of character. My character's ever getting surgery. I'm glad.
My response was out of character too.
We're actually going to be
I
pulling
don't
over to your
believe you.
character.
You keep changing your story on me.
Don't worry about it. We're actually going to hop over to your character next, and then after that we might wrap up there. But
she doesn't sit back down. She moves
we can
for the
talk.
first time close to Maxim.
We can talk until the sun goes down then. Help keep you up until you pass out.
Really didn't think you cared.
If you forget this conversation again, I will understand. I will explain this again. But after that, we are talking to the doctor.
Okay.
Have a seat.
She sits next to him.
Tell me more about the song. He just kind of wants you to effectively just not talk about anything in particular. He's just letting you ramble and words.
My mom used to sing it to me when I was real little. My dad didn't like it, but it always helped put me to sleep. And I guess last night I was actually trying to sleep.
I might have interrupted that by singing with you, and I do not apologize. It was a beautiful song and it deserved to be sung.
She said she learned it. Oh, I can't believe I'm gonna tell you this. The collective ain't gonna kill me. This will get me killed, but I ever tell you why I seem to understand you being a bard? Probably a bit more than I should.
Slowly squints. This is new. Go on.
She holds up her hands, going, "For the record, I ain't one."
That,
No matter what it sounded like last night.
okay. I mean, you sounded great, but go on.
You know how bards aren't supposed to get married, have kids?
I have a idea where this is going, but finish the thought.
My mother. She's married, 2 kids. She's a bard. My dad didn't seem to like that very much, I guess, when I was growing up.
Oh. Huh.
She used to be a wonderful musician when I was younger. I mean, wonderful. But then there was a farming accident, and her left hand,
What happened?
she can't use. I wasn't there. I was still too young to help on the farm. I just know that her hand's there, but she can't move her fingers anymore. And we couldn't afford to see anybody to help.
Right.
So
I'm sorry to hear that. And I'm grateful to hear that.
after a moment,
Go ahead.
she kind of, without even thinking about it, she moves and rests her head on his shoulder.
He shifts to help make sure that she's comfortable. He just lets you two have the moment.
I'm glad you're here, Maxim.
I'm honestly glad I came. Even if it
I've
was for
missed-
the wrong reason.
This is gonna sound so sappy. I've missed you.
I've missed you too.
She moves a little closer. If we want to switch scenes, we can.
Yes, we're switching scenes now. This means nothing, Paris. Nothing has happened. In fact, we're going to keep you further in the dark.
That's for next session. We're done with her right now.
Yes. We're switching over back to Artemis. Artie!
Mm-hmm. She's got fingers in her back.
You're having fingers finishing making sure that you are healed back up properly. As she gently rubs a salve down your spine and kind of effectively just gives you a moment. The numbness in your shoulder is going away. You're used to pain. Your entire stump and where your arm would be feels like it has been removed again.
Is the pain sudden or slowly growing?
Growing. And as you're
Her
feeling...
breathing's going to get a little heavier, and she tries to manage it.
As you get heavier with your breathing, Villanor kind of pauses for a second, and they kind of make like this motion, like dragging their hands from side to side, and then grasp their shoulders. And you see them again have this ethereal mist breathed out as it kind of snaps around their head, and it looks like this wide-eyed owlbear figure around his form, with bits of it spectrally coming off of him as it kind of again has that mist kind of whoom pulse out, and you can feel a momentary relief. And you see that Ella pauses, looks up, and is like, I was getting to that, but thank you. Finishes going down her spine before she goes over and gently rubs some of the salve across her, the stump. Very slowly, very gently. And it is like, you kind of look at it and it's clean now. Everything is just, again, that very weirdly surgically clean. That is not how it was before. A lot of the little nubs and bumps are now just smooth skin. It's still painful.
She's just staring.
You know, things had to be removed, but it's smooth. It's weird.
Can you tell them they can come back in?
Of course. Velinor, cover her ears. Velinor gently covers your ears so that you don't hear too much loud noises as Ella straightens up, kind of rocks her shoulders for a moment, walks forward, kicks open the door, and you hear this whack. Serenity, you looked over, and you just see Ella look to you with this look of superiority, and she's like, you can tell Camera that she has been completed in her operation, and I can see the next patient. And then you hear Cam from behind the door go, thank you, as he slowly pulls himself from around the door, fingers digging into it slightly as he looks at her with this look of just, did you really just?
I'm gonna be perfectly honest. When you said the door slammed open, I figured it hit someone. I thought it was me. I figured her ear would be to the door, so it would have just been wham, ow.
It was at a moment where you were like, you'd stepped back for a second, it's just like, it sounds like it's died down. Cam just nodding, takes a step back, wham, just slammed right into his shoulder as he's just, she's done.
Does his nose look broken?
No, it hit his shoulder.
Okay.
Luckily, he was not putting his ear to the door where he could have had, a concussion.
It's not the first I've had. I had a giant chicken attack me on my first night in another town. It's fine.
Yeah. I remember that chicken. I love that chicken.
Yep.
Chimkin. Going to turn you into Chimkin nuggets. But
coming into the room.
All right.
Artemis is actually being led out of the room.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They have helped her put her top back on.
Yes. That was the thing they did before they opened the door. I meant to say that.
Sure
I did not do order of operations. But yes. Shirt on, door, kick. Artemis out. And then you see Ella pause and head snaps like a bird that saw something twitching as she sees Aurelius breathe.
Run.
And the speed at which she seems to just glide behind Aurelius, and suddenly he is being wheeled, and it's like, it appears you've already brought the next patient. Good.
I've come to cure you of your illness.
I've come to cure your existence.
Oh no. Just watches Aurelius pushed into the room.
Aurelius doesn't fight it. He's just like, this is gonna be interesting.
Oh, this is gonna be an experience.
Scream and knock 3 times if you need a rescue.
No, respectfully.
Artemis looks like she's trying to make herself as small as possible because everything hurts a little right now.
In a way that is different.
And it's getting worse.
Yes.
She looks like she's almost on the verge of tears.
Can I touch you?
No.
She nods. Come on. What do you need from me?
I need to get back to my room. I need to lay down.
Alright. She'll start walking with her to the room.
I always look from her to camera and then back down at her stump, just staring at it as she walks.
Would you like to go to the workshop and take a look at what they're doing?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, I would.
We're going upstairs, Serenity.
Oh.
Right. You are led up the stairs with them as vanguards rather than having any physical hand upon you, as you're not leading them, but you're ahead of them just ever so slightly. Just so that, when you're going up the stairs, you're not, falling down them accidentally. There's a bit of tightness in certain places, especially your spine. Walking up the stairs and your spine is just all of a sudden like the worst thing. But
Is it like on fire?
yes. It's like you pulled muscles in your back. It's just like every step, like just lifting your leg is fine, but then when you put weight on it and push yourself up, it's just everything goes, oh no.
I'm sort of imagining it like an electric jolt.
Yeah,
just
a jolt
throughout
is
your
a good
nervous
way.
system.
Yeah, just all across your back.
She's grinding her teeth the whole time,
Mhm.
and some tears are probably slipping down against her will.
You have a high pain tolerance, but even you have a breaking point. Even you have a point where this is just new extremes of pain.
Excruciating.
Yes. You get to the
Sorry?
top. Yep, go ahead.
Serenity just looks at Artemis and Caramel. She is helpless to help.
He kind of glances at her and just kind of... It's not a helpless shrug. It's a shrug of, it's what she wants. And while he's... You will note that nothing bad seems to be happening with her back or anything like that. It's not like wounds are opening. It was all healed over. It's just the residual pain will be there. Getting to the top of the stairs, though, when you're able to walk forward in a straight line without going up or down, it's like a breath of fresh air. It's like, oh, okay, I can work with this. And as you walk, you can hear the bits of tinkering and moving about and whatnot, as you can hear the jolly jostling sound of the crafting room. And you can see among them, Davin is working on some stuff just outside, and he kind of he's like writing some notes down. Kind of looks up like, here, let me get the door for you. And he opens the door, seeming to recognize your intent to head into the crafting room. And you walk inside, and you see them like. You see one of them is like doing like that owl perching on the edge of a table thing, where he's like feet on, like no shoes, feet on the table, just crouched like he's gonna jump at something. Like no, like over there. Oh, you gotta move it a little to the left. I did move it to the left. Your other left. That's my right. As you see another one go, no. If we tighten that there, that'll make it too tight over here. You're right. As you can hear the three of them working on something.
This very much seems like your type of workshop. See why you enjoy it here.
They haven't
Yes.
noticed you come in yet.
Huh?
They have not noticed you come in yet.
Oh no, I didn't figure. Would you like to go see what they're working on?
I'm already seeing it. She's walking forward already.
Yeah. She follows after.
All right. You walk over and you get to a point where you can kind of like, you're not peeking over anyone's shoulder. You're kind of sliding to where you can see better. It is a leg that they are working on currently, and they have measurements and specs that have been written down. You are in a lot of pain, but you're focusing through that. You're kind of rattling off the numbers in your head and going, "This is Aurelius's leg. It'll work. It's functional. It'll fit into a boot if need be. It's got a bit of weird spring to it that you're not used to seeing. What kind of wood is that? Oh, did they fill some of the spots with cork? Oh, this is cork that hasn't been used to stopper a drink. That probably works better than wine cork. Huh. After like 2 minutes of them, bickering, do you put in any input?
She kind of just gets upset that she didn't bring her own diagrams and starts instructing them on some of the ideas that she had, like very descriptively
Descriptive.
putting out what she had put in those notebooks that she showed him earlier.
Gotcha. So she starts describing it to them, and at first they don't seem to process that someone new is giving ideas, and they're just like, "Hold on, write that down." They're just trying to sketch it out like this, no, like this, okay. This way, got it. This way, no, this way, this way, this way, got it.
For them to realize there's a 5'9" woman standing behind them.
They pause at your voice, and they turn as one.
Ah, there it is.
Cam, lady, like open arms for Cam. Look at Serena like, oh, lady. Then Artemis, hello, welcome back. Artemis. Okay, hey, okay. Get the thing. Shoves the dude on the table, off the table. He falls onto the ground, pops back up immediately. Like, I'm on it.
Can I try and catch him at least?
I want to say no. They push him away from you, and it's clear that they're not hurt. It's just the rambunctiousness of someone just going, go! And he hops up and be like, runs off, and they come back, and very delicately, very gently, they come over and they sit down your arm. And it's your arm. It's all the worn pieces, all of that, exactly as is. And they hold up fingers and say, wait, hold on. And they scuttle back, and then they come back around, and they set another arm next to it. It is different. Distinctly different. You recognize, you feel it, but it follows some of those early thoughts that you had in its design. It has the same kind of articulation in the fingers. It got a bit of weight to them that you can visually see. Towards the shoulder area, though, there's a bit of smoothness to it, as well as what appears to be some kind of cloth that looks like it would wrap under your other arm to hold it in place, as well as a number of arcane sigils that have been carved into it, which are likely similar to the ones on your own, to allow it to bond with you as it normally does. And it looks to me made out of a lightly varnished woods, cork, and bits of metal that you can hear a faint ticking sound. They motion to you and seem to be waiting expectantly for you to look it over. If you would like, I'd say you can roll a Tinker's Tools intelligence check.
Cool. Wait, I'm still at a disadvantage.
It would have been an 18 either way, no worries. If the
Sure,
23 were on the other
sure.
side, I'd have given you the 23. You're fine.
Yeah, my brain. I'm sorry.
You're fine, no worries. Honestly, after the surgery, the disadvantage is warranted, so the 18 works regardless.
Okay, so I put it back on disadvantage.
You're fine. With the 18, you could modify this. There's clear room where there's parts that are left open to be moved, maneuvered about, and fiddled with. it's intended for you to upgrade this beyond where it is, but it is taken your design, replicated it, and then made it something you wouldn't expect to find this word describing it. But the thought comes to your head that they have taken it, they've refined it, and they have made it so the arm looks almost gentle. It has precision, it has the parts you need to be able to remove and add, but it looks softer. Not on the eyes, but on you. Like it'll be easier to manage this.
She just sits down in front of it and starts observing it a little closer. She attaches a magnifier to her glasses to get a better look at it. But it's almost like she's afraid to touch it.
We also had this. And he reaches over and pulls out what appears to be part of a gauntlet that looks to have a mini catapult on it, sets it down. This isn't quite working the way we want, but we also have, and they take another one that looks to have another gauntlet that looks to just have stripped away part of a hand crossbow and slapped it onto the back of the gauntlet.
That is a horrifying yet wondrous little adventure.
We have worse.
I like it.
Fun?
Can you get one? They kind of look to each other like,
No, that's not what I said.
What'd you say?
Well, I didn't say anything important.
I like it.
All three of them like, yeah, we did. We need to improve this. It could be better, bigger, faster, stronger, smaller. Why smaller? Compact. Yeah. Sorry,
If I
you
might
said
offer
something,
an
man.
idea,
All three of them lean towards you.
if you might find a way to hide it inside the arm, therefore it would be more useful in a more concerning situation.
Yeah, we're trying to hide it in the gauntlet. I mean, you could probably easily hide it in her arm. Like, if we just move those bits there, kind of reach over and just gently, like, pop open part of it and lift off a piece, and they go, in here, we could probably hide it. Right now, it's a snack tray.
I'm sorry, I'm not gonna. You're going to have to explain that.
They take the arm, they turn it gently, and you can see there's a part of it that is hollow. That is just, it is empty. We don't have anything put in it, and so we refer to this empty void as a snack tray. You can put snacks in it, like nuts. I wouldn't
like that idea.
I wouldn't recommend it for too long. Sometimes creatures try and get into there, like raccoons. I love raccoons. They're so cute. But if they try and take my peanuts, I'm going to throw it off the balcony.
I eat quickly.
We eat quickly?
I eat quickly.
True.
Why not store ammunition in there?
Ooh, that's another thought.
I'll put rocks in there.
You, my love, are dangerous with anything.
It's my arm. I can put rocks in there.
I'm not saying don't put rocks in there. That's not what I'm
You're
saying.
trying to argue with me again because you're making up other reasons for what not to put in there.
Artemis. She looks genuinely tired. What I was saying was that you are dangerous with anything. That's
Is that supposed to be a compliment?
Yes,
No.
100%. Absolutely. No,
I-
never. Not at all.
I'll
Maybe?
just sit over there. She just moves to a corner.
Artemis is very pain-addled in the brain right now. Nothing is making too much sense to her.
Do you need to lay down? We have a cot over there.
She stares at the cot. I have a pillow for it, but I don't want the stairs.
Ew, stairs. Gross.
They
We could
hurt
probably migrate you down the
a
stairs.
lot. I'd be able to feel it from your footsteps.
I have an idea. Artemis, do you think there's a way that I could carry you without it hurting?
I think that I'd be able to feel your footsteps falling down the stairs while you carry me.
And if I wasn't walking?
How would you? You're not flying through this house.
I already have.
You can what? All three of them say at the same time.
Why have you flown through the house?
I will tell you later.
Oh. That was weird. The computer made a noise. Sorry, everyone.
How dare you have a computer
It's a
that
safe
makes noise?
place,
Tell it to
and
stop.
for once, I feel like I can be myself here. I'm not afraid to fly.
Okay. I don't like that I have to be carried everywhere here.
I apologize, and I wish
Would you
that there was...
prefer the lift?
It's not your fault, Serenity. I'm not well, so I understand why, but I don't like it, so I'm complaining.
On the bright side, you're getting better, so who knows? You might be able to be done with it in the end of the week.
This doesn't feel like better. Starts.
Did you get cleaned up?
It hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts a
She
lot.
moves up to Artemis, and she'll kneel in front of her, because she can't touch her. I know it hurts, and I wish I could help, but maybe there's a way to distract you.
I'm being distracted.
Would you like to tinker? They slide a mechanical mouse that you can... Basically, it's one of the ones where you pull it back and let it go, and it just kind of slides forward.
She gestures with her head to them.
Audrey is gonna stare at it. She really, really wants to, but her vision is getting very, very blurry.
Oh, she's gonna fall down.
No, she looks like she's about to start crying.
I'll offer her a little... I think I have a handkerchief on me, actually.
I need to go back to bed. I need to sleep this off. It's going to be fine. It's always fine. Her hand is shaking and she's gripping the table very, very tightly.
Alright, I'll offer her hand to her.
She does not take it.
Shall we take you back to bed then?
Yes, I need to get back down the stairs. She pushes herself up.
We will let Artemis decide how she carries her, because she's not sure how to do it in
walking.
Okay. Certainly just follows behind her in case something happens.
Okay. Make a con save.
How many of these do I have to roll? Do I have to do this at disadvantage?
No, this one is just con save. Just one. Just to see your overall state when you get to the bottom. Better than you expected.
18.
You kind of get to the bottom and it hurts a little bit to breathe, which you were expecting. But you made it. You're dizzy. You are very dizzy.
And now she grabs onto Serenity's arm. Can I help me walk?
She just nods her head.
Thank
Mama.
you. And she'll press a little kiss to her shoulder.
Of course,
And
Dove.
she'll look over at Cameron to see if he's still there.
He's still there.
I didn't realize there was this much wrong.
It's the one bad thing about Ella. She will find everything wrong, and she will rip it out of you, and it will be painful. And
I don't know what happened to my back. I don't know how that got there.
What happened to your back?
I don't know.
Did she not tell you?
It was hard to understand.
tell you
It
what,
was
she's going to be sticking around to make sure that you recover for the next 1 or 2 days. She can explain it to you again tomorrow. Hopefully it'll be more clear then. That sound
50
good?
years.
It's a long time.
They toyed with my memory. They played with my mind. She looks absolutely violated by the thought. Her knuckles are white in Serenity sleep.
We'll help you lay down. Come on.
On my stomach, please, because my back does not like anyone.
You can cuddle on Serenity. Just put your head right on her pillows. What, you're gonna put a pillow on your chest, aren't you? So that she can lay on it?
You need to learn about your phrasing.
What did I say?
She thought you were talking about her tits.
Fair. As you walk by, you can just hear Aurelius. Real quick question, just to finish this out. How loopy did you want Aurelius to be for when he was getting his arm and his leg fixed up, prepared for the prosthetic?
I mean,
would he have wanted to be lucid, or would he have been like, I don't really need to feel pain?
He's happy with whatever.
Okay. So as you walk past, you can hear Aurelius like chatting about philosophy loudly. You're not sure if he's arguing or just really happy.
Oh. Sounds like he's made a friend.
But you're able to... It is still daylight. There's still a few hours left, but the need to just lay down and just ignore the world still is washing over Artemis, as it is Fidget. Serenity, you are like the only person right now who is not in some kind of pain. Physically. And you are helping Artemis to lay back. Hold tight to you and just... You breathe. You just accept this moment. And that's where we're going to end the session. How are you all doing? How are you all doing?
Good.
Good.
I'm good. That was fun.
Very fun.
Artemis is not having a good time.
Unfortunately.
Artemis isn't in so much pain. I think a good name for this episode is Open Doors and Wounds.
Yeah, thing is, it's not the pain she's worried about, it's the violation of her mind.
Yeah! That cost extra.
Uh-huh.
Technically, it costs nothing, but
No.
No,
Ella,
it costs.
Ella said that she can help with that, but that cost extra.
Need diamonds.
Yes, because Greater Restoration needs diamonds. But
when you have a cleric on phone.
Who said this was a cleric?
Not a cleric.
When you have a
It sounds like a
necrotic
druid.
person.
It's a
Yeah.
druid.
You have a necromantic cleric on it.
Druid.
I know she's a
Druid.
druid. I know she's a druid. This woman has the most awful bedside manner that Serenity is 100% certain this bitch dabbles in necromancy.
You don't know.
You say bedside
Oi.
manner. Aurelius says fun humor.
Aurelius is just like, wow, we could have used more women like her back at the farm.
Pretty much.
She's funny. I like her jokes. Which, by the way, I'm going to roll something real quick. Aurelius, your choice: high, low, even, odd.
Left.
Last. I mean, technically that's odd
Hi.
in usuals.
Hi. Hi. Did you just roll a D100?
Yes, the big
Bro, I
ball.
heard that land.
He loves that D100.
Yes, guess what it rolled?
80.
What?
100.
Oh, okay.
Wait, what?
What does that mean?
Dark sex.
Wait, what? It means that if nothing else, you've made a friend. Pray for your soul.
I love her so much. I'm so happy with this.
I was very happy. I like how you were just like, can we keep her?
Bro, I don't know what the fuck.
Oh, is this the one we're taking? Is this the SPC we're taking?
Her?
No, Velinor is.
Thank God.
The orc.
Ooh,
Yes.
The orc. Oh yeah, the orc.
Yes, he's going to be sent along specifically to make sure that the two of you adjust to your healing properly and make sure that nothing else needs to be done.
Can I explain to you what the fuck she did? I just know that fucking Serenity had her hackles up the minute this bitch talked. I don't know why.
It gave me reason to just like have fidget, like you're coming with me.
Hold on, please. Hold on.
It's like when
Don't
you-
start barking. You might
like when
find
you
out you're
have
not the
two
biggest
cats.
bitch in the lot.
It's why you have two. It's like when you have two cats who are perfectly fine alone, but the minute you put them in the same room, suddenly fur is flying everywhere.
Yes, a barbarian and a druid walk into a bar. The bar explodes.
Artemis likes
Paladin
it.
has to clean up the mess. I love her.
I'll be honest, I was thinking, okay, what kind of energy do I need? And I'm like, I want them to walk out of a tree with an owlbear pelt cloak on their shoulders, its skull as a mask that they can't properly see through, and the moment they take it off, they are immediately the sassiest thing you've ever felt walk into a room.
I
Oh, no.
love that. I love
don't.
that. How'd you describe their eyes? It was like
Red.
Fiery.
that.
Fiery
That's-
red.
What was her hair?
Long locks that go down like to her
He's
waist.
drooling.
Like
I'm
braids.
just-
Zark is happy.
Look, I'm trying to visualize what she actually looks like in my head.
She has like dark, like somewhere between red and brown hair that are done into these various different braids. Some of them are like tucked up and woven into each other around like the back of her head, but down the front,
Okay.
like framing her face is just down, and you can see it's just this long hair that's just clearly she is, she's been around, and clearly she's like, the time for putting up with shit is no more. I'm here to be the shit.
Is she human or what race was she?
Visually, she looks human.
Okay. So humanoid.
Yes, she is at the very least humanoid. She's very possibly human with maybe just like basically a variant, just because her eyes are a little bit red.
Yeah.
Not like, bloodshot, like actual red.
Yeah, and then the other one's a full orc.
Yeah, full orc, again, haired in like this very fuzzy kind of dreadlock, pulled back hair just past the shoulders, wearing a hide armor pelt, with mentioning a little bit more, wearing like these tight bracers. They did have a sheathed spear across their back with a number of bags that they had brought in, because they brought in her bag, his bag, and any other supplies that were needed.
I swear to God, I heard Kendall giggling.
How old did they look? Just like
I'm watching a TikTok that is making me giggle.
That's fair. How well did they look?
how old
Old.
did they look?
Her or him?
Both.
She looked to be middle-aged, not like, getting the point of gray hairs, but like she's a few years from it. Maybe like late 30s at most. The man looked to be young. Let's see. Oof. Hard to say. Young. Young is definitely the word to start with.
Okay. So
Are we done recording?
We're ending that now. I was giving the description to make sure that it could be heard by everyone. No worries.
Mhm.
So, for everyone who is watching, thank you so much. For the people who came from Took's stream, thank you for sticking around. This is always a ton of fun, and I'm finally healing the party so that I can break them with my own machinations later. As you do. I'm
Instead of
not
us
shy
doing
about
it.
saying that.
You just want to take the glory of us hurting ourselves.
Yes. But honestly, I don't have to take the glory of that. I watched you guys hurt yourselves. I'm effectively picking up the pieces going, let's put you back together. All right. Now, once you're fully formed, I want you to walk on this treadmill until I say stop.
I mean, fair.
And then you don't say
And
stop.
then I don't say stop.
Don't say stop.
I don't speed it up, but I don't say stop.
All I could think was, now that I've put you back together and you're all nice and healed, it's my turn to hurt you.
Yes.
Basically.
So we do this every week, same time, roughly.
Generally around 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is when we try and start up the streams and try and actually get going. Mondays, Eastern Standard Time. Sometimes we do other things throughout the week, but that is very rare at this point. I might do more on Thursdays. I haven't decided yet. But at the moment, we do stream these, and we do so on twitch.tv/WhatTeamComp. And then we later post these on YouTube. YouTube under the channel name Uncommon Guru, under the tag Cormundum Chaos.
So if you want to go back through the archive of stuff that we've already done, the misadventures we've gotten up to, go to that channel. We've got everything up till now.
Yes.
And,
I will actually
yeah.
post that link in the chat for anyone who wishes to see how this all started, because boy howdy if this group doesn't know how to start the absolute manic energy every single time. I adore
You
them.
attacked us with a zombie chicken!
I
started with-
adored it. It was
Like-
hilarious. Don't worry about the zombie chicken or the brick. It was fine. That
I
being
think Bridget still has a brick.
yeah.
Why do you still have that? Put that down.
No, so she can go back.
Yes, to go back. But thank you all so
Yeah, that was
much
smart.
for those of you who have seen this on the Twitch or who are watching on our YouTube. We hope you have a fantastic evening, a fantastic morning, a fantastic day, week, month, etc. We appreciate your time. We appreciate you letting us get to share this experience. And until next time, we've been WhatTeamComp. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye!
Bye.